Hey, thank you so much, Connie. Right now we are joined by the J-Town Fire Department and Roy Huber. Roy, who do you have with you here today?
We'll start on this side. I've got Major Gerard and okay. Got Colin and Carrie McCullough. I've got Andrew, James, Samuel, Emma, and Annie Kate. And Doug Condren over there on the end.
This is truly a family affair here today.
Yeah, it always is.
What the last year raising money for the Crusade? What does it mean for this department to be able to do this?
Well, again, a family thing, and we just enjoy raising money for the kids. I mean, that's what it's all about. I've got a little story I'll get to from last year. But just to go out in the community, and people are so generous. People at Jeffersontown, I mean, they're just throwing the dollar bills quicker than you can catch them.
Well, that's the good stuff right there.
That's the good stuff. We got a lot of change, but most of it was dollar bills.
Okay.
So.
Tell us, how did you raise your money this year?
The biggest thing we did was probably our golf scramble back in September, and in a minute I'll read some of those people that sponsored that. We do a mailing campaign where we mail out mailers, and that's put on by Scott Mailing and Paul Davis. So we get a lot of checks come in from that. We do a collection in front of Kroger's and Walmart's in our district, and we did roadblock for 3 days.
Nice.
All right, so Roy, I know you guys have a lot of shout outs that you guys want to give because so many people, donate their money, they donate their time. I just want to hand over the floor to you, my friend.
Okay, I want to start by thanking Chief Ullman for allowing me to be the spokesman again this year. You'll see him out there driving our 1941 truck when they go through the line. But we'll start with...
and here they come right now.
Yeah. We'll start with the people that sponsored our golf scramble. We had Assured Partners, Republic Bank, Winton and Highstand, Sam Aguiar, GRW, Flynn Brothers, Jones Plastics, Medicount, Simcoe, 911 Fleet and Fire Emergency, Advanced Ready Mix Concrete, Air Hydropower, Bluegrass Muffler, Carney's Carpet, Everything Concealed Carry, again, Paul Davis, Pin Care, Ready Rebound, Renew Health and Wellness, and ServPro, and Vogelpole Fire Equipment. And I want to shout out to Brian Vogel with Paul Davis. He helps us with all kinds of stuff. Last time I saw him, he's grilling hot dogs for our Kids' Day. Also want to thank Leah Burton and Kathy Thomas, our administrative people, and keeping money counted, checks coming in, organizing golf scramble stuff. I mean, they do a heck of a job. Yeah. And of course, I want to thank Kroger's it was at Tyler Center, Stony Brook, and McMahon Plaza, and then Walmart on Ruckregal. Another family that's special, everybody will recognize this in J-Town, is the Ruckregal family. Dorothy Ruckregal actually donated a fire truck that was purchased by the department back, I believe, in the 70s. And Danny Ruckregal just passed away. He had that fire truck, so she donated it back to the department. And she also sent us a check in $2,000 in memory of Danny. We had another one that I just got from Abby Finney for $15. And let me find my other list here. Most of these are checks we received. We had one from Robert Brock in the amount of $26 in memory of Mom, Dad, Hirschburn Baptist Media and Music Team. We had one from Helen Collins for $200 for Corporal Brian Collins. Jerry Franconia for $2,000 in memory of Gary and Austin Franconia. That may be in honor of. Julia Hofstetter, $100 for Edward Hofstetter. Dorothy R. Walker, $2,000 in memory of Henry Ruckregal and Sons and Little Danny. And that's, let me check here, maybe. Couple more here. James and Adele Lyle Jr., $100 in memory of Adele B. Crow. Anna K. Wayne, $100 on behalf of Sheet Metal Workers Local 110. Beverly J. Woodall in memory of Anita King. Clifford and Lynette Heil in honor of grandson Colton. Alzie G. Goodrow, $500 from Henry and Lucy. Delois S. Pank, $1,000 in memory of her husband. And then Grudley Helvetica Society of Louisville, Kentucky, also known as the Louisville Swiss Group, $250 in remembrance of Adam Wright, who was born with Dravet syndrome, a rare disorder that happens when genetic mutations affect how a fetus's brain develops. He received services from many agencies that were funded by the Crusade for Children. And then Carl and Amanda Ragland, $200 in memory of Chief Bob Gaddy and Johnny Ragland. A couple that I want to do that's personal to me. This little girl right here, we were here last year, and she was about 3 or 4 days old. She was in ICU, had a lot of heart problems. I mean, just so many things that wouldn't think she'd be here today. And I asked for prayers and thoughts, and here she is. She turned 1 on Monday. She's still got some health challenges, but she's here with us. And that's Annie Kate McCullough. And we collected money at the church for her, so we brought in a check for $3,525 from that. And then I've got another $2,000 donation I made in honor of my wife, which passed away about 1.5 years ago. So that kind of takes care of most of the donations, I believe.
Which, by the way, she's here with a glow stick, willing to bop her brother in the head. Man, how about that? In just 1 year's time.
1 year's time, yeah. There's great things coming for her, I believe. So it's like I said last year, it was no coincidence that all that happened on the weekend we were collecting. So this year, I mean, again, that's why we do what we do, for the kids that need a little extra help.
Absolutely. So. And Colton?
What's our total?
Okay. We're down a little bit from last year, and let me find it again. I was looking at the totals, and even though we're down from last year, this year is still the highest total of all the years prior to that. So this year we collected $118,024.46.
How about that right there? For the J-Town Fire Department. That's unbelievable work once again this year from you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support from the residents of J-Town, and just again, we'll work a little harder next year and try and bring that back up.
Absolutely. Hey, once again, let's hand it to J-Town, $118,024.46 for the WHAS Crusade for Children. Roy, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Annie, I can't wait to see what you look like next year, you little cutie pie. That's a pudding pop right there. So right now, hey, guys, thank you guys so much for coming out. We really do appreciate it. And then, great job, everybody. Thank you guys so much. All right, so come on in, everybody. I know it's always good when somebody comes in with the big check.
Right.
Hi, who do we have here?
I'm Wendy. I'm with Shirley's Way.
Okay, that is a wonderful organization, by the way. And for those out there, just describe Shirley's Way.
So Shirley's Way, we're an organization that helps cancer patients primarily, but we also help kids organizations and other nonprofits that are doing good things in the community.
Well, and you know, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I know like even a couple weeks ago, you guys made a major thing for the Germantown Baseball League.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they were really in some need of funding, so we helped them out, and we were happy to do it. So we're glad they're able to help out.
And who do you have with you today?
I have my grandkids and one of their friends, Briley, Demarion, and what was her name? Kylie, sorry.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
sometimes, hey, Kylie, just put out the vibe. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does the Crusade mean to Shirley's Way?
So we really help kids. We help feed kids on the weekends through JCPS and some of the other schools. So we help with that kind of thing. So and little leagues and things like that. So we enjoy helping the kids. And this is such a great organization that we just really feel, a lot of need to help out with this. So.
And when it comes to the kids, there's no better organization than the WHAS Crusade for Children.
I agree.
And we have a large check.
We do.
Right here. What do we have?
We have come here kids, help me hold this up, a $15,000 check. Yes.
How about this? We would love to thank Shirley's Way for donating $15,000 for the WHAS Crusade for Children. Hey, how about a big round of applause for Shirley's Way donating $15,000 this year? Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you so much for your generosity, not just for the Crusade for Children, but for our entire community.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We're happy to help.
All right. Hey, how about Shirley's Way right here? And Annie, would you like to read some pledges?
Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much.
Robert Ebry donated $250. Hold on.
Penelope H. Pearson donated $250 in memory of David Pearson.
Colton?
What's her name?
That's Andrea Collins.
Andrea Collins donated $100.
All right, thank you guys so much. Right now, what we want to do is we want to toss it out to Corden, who's with Lanesville.
Welcome back to Corden, Indiana for this 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children. We're out here baking in the sun at John Jones Auto Group, and I'm joined by Assistant Chief of the Lanesville Volunteer Fire Department, Tony Combs. Yes. Tony, welcome. I want to ask you a little bit about your career. You're just in the white shirt. Did the paramedicine side of fire service draw you in, or was it the fire side?
Actually, well, both, actually.
Okay.
When I was a little kid, I used to watch the show Emergency.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to be a firefighter when I grow up. Now, obviously, life kind of got in the way, and I couldn't do it as a career, but I can do it as a volunteer. So I've been doing it for almost 30 years now as a volunteer.
30 years as a volunteer, and they volunteer even more time for the Crusade, all the collection points that they're doing. And you said y'all really raise a lot through the local churches.
Yeah, we do. We usually stand out. Our churches will take up collection a lot of times to help us out with our donations, and we always appreciate that. And it helps, boost our total up quite a bit. So.
The partnerships are a big reason that Crusade succeeds every year, whether it's the churches and the fire department or all the places that are giving y'all food so that you can actually stand out in the sun without fainting.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great. The whole community comes together. Like I said, the local churches, but also there's a lot of local organizations, a lot of local businesses that really help us out. Whether it's food, money, whatever it is. The community is great, and everyone helps everyone out. So,
the Power of TV kind of put Tony into his job. The Power of TV is bringing the money in, but it's also about shaking hands with people.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's kind of fun when we're out on the roadblocks. You'll see people that'll just drive by and kind of wave or nod, but then you'll see people that you might not have seen for 5 or 6 years, and they'll stop and they'll talk for 5 minutes and block traffic, which, it's whatever. We don't care about that.
That's
but
what it's for.
It's exactly, that's what it's all about. And, it's just having a lot of fun out there and doing something good for the community and doing something great for the Crusade. So.
Yeah, you guys got any shout outs that you'd like to share today from Lanesville?
Absolutely, I do. We've got luckily it's a relatively short list this year, but we definitely want to thank a couple of people. Frank Price, who's one of our retired firefighters. He's had some medical issues in the last few years, but every year he comes back and he helps us. He stands hours and hours out in the hot sun every year to help us out collecting for the Crusade, and we really appreciate him. He helps us out a lot and makes it to where, one of our other guys are free to do something else. So also Charles Stilger, who is a son of one of our retired firefighters, he comes out every year and helps us out. So he came out and stood in a roadblock for a few hours yesterday. We really appreciated his help as well. And then the wife of one of our firefighters, Terry Gayhart, she gets our food for us every year. She does all of our food donations, And, if it wasn't for the food and the drink, we probably wouldn't be out here doing it. So we eat very well this weekend. Every year, I think I gain like 5 pounds every year during Crusade. But we have plenty of food, and we're well fed, and that gives us the energy to get out there and do what we need to do.
You might be sweating those 5 pounds off today, Tony. I don't know.
Probably have been sweating. Yeah. I think I was washing the truck this morning, and I think I was wetter than the truck just from sweat.
You got it looking beautiful, though.
Well, thank you. It looks a lot better than it did. It was a little dusty. So, I also want to thank some of our local food establishments that donate food for us. McAllister's Deli here in Cordon. White Castle's here in Cordon, Holiday Foods in Edwardsville, the Dock Seafood in New Albany, Domino's Pizza in Cordon, Carve Meats here in Cordon, and then Gunther's Chop Shop in New Middletown. Like I said, they if it wasn't for them donating the food and the drink and things like that, it makes it a lot easier to get out here when you have a full belly. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are doing a lot of the door-to-door as well, not just the roadblock.
Absolutely. We try to get out. We only collect this weekend. We try not to, burden the community with multiple weekends or multiple months, but we try to get out this weekend and hit it hard. In addition to our roadblocks and the churches and things like that we do, we go door to door through a bunch of the different subdivisions in our area. And this year, actually, we did really well with that. In past years, we've gotten, a few $100s, maybe almost $1,000. This year, we got almost $1,000. So very, very good. It helped out a lot with our total. So
let's start with those shout outs.
All right, great. Sounds terrific. Just a few donations here that we want to read out. Lanesville Heritage Weekend, $1,400. Mike House in memory of Vicki, Joshua, Clarence, and Mildred House, $1,000. Matt and Sarah Johnson in memory of Clarence, Mildred, Vicki, and Joshua House, and John and Sue and Justin Lampkins, $300. Ronnie Eisert in memory of Paul Eisert, $300. Doris and Ronnie Lynn in memory of Pauline and Clarence Lynn, Crystal Wilson, and Georgia and Carl Whitehouse, $200. In memory of Zeke and Phyllis Combs, $250. Carrie and Jason Simler in honor of Ava Simler, $150. In memory of Janice Leskowinski and Jordan Kiesler, $125. Floyd and Shirley Bean Blossom, $100. John Hall in memory of John O. Hall, $100. Nancy Walter in memory of John Walter, Angela, and Thomas Elder, $100. Jim and Mary Walter in memory of Jeff Faree, John Walter, and Angie and Thomas Elder, $100. Jerry and Lenny Reinhardt in memory of Doug Reinhardt, $100. Gretchen James in memory of Owen and Bo James, $100. Barbara Hess in memory of Jerry Hess and Eric Wibbles, $100. Frank and Annetta Price in memory of Butch Stilger, $50. Greg and Sherry Baumgart in memory of Owen and Bo James, $50. In memory of Tina Belcher, $50. Beverly and Thomas Wibbles in memory of Tom, Judy, and Eric Wibbles, $50. Charles and Jennifer Stilger in memory of Butch and Larry Joe Stilger, $50. And then Zersmead Gun Company, $50. And then, like I said, our local churches, some of our local churches help us out with collections. This year, St. John's Lutheran, their total was $2,186.98. St. Mary's Catholic Church was $781. Lanesville United Methodist Church was $351. And then Pleasant Ridge Global Methodist Church was $238. We have a collection box that we have at the Lanesville Food Mart every year. Okay. That we got $72.03 in. And then, like I mentioned earlier, our door-to-door collections this year was $998.95.
Just $1.05 shy of that 1,000 mark.
I know. I'm surprised somebody didn't throw in a little extra just to get it over 1,000. But
well, you were collecting donations about 2 minutes before we went on TV, so
yeah,
we counted that towards that. Then you'd make 1,000.
Exactly. We, it's funny because every year I print this thing out and think, okay, I'm good. I don't have to worry about it. I've got everything down. Yeah. And then we wind up getting here, or I'll get a call on the way, or somebody will drop something off, and then I'll have to scribble stuff out and re-add. So hopefully my numbers are correct. I I was adding on the fly, but
There's always more coming in. Just remember, it's never too late to donate if that's something you want to do. So I know you got close to last year's total, so close that we're not going to bother crying over it. Okay, what was last year's total?
ever so close to last year. Last year was $19,275.72.
Not too shabby. And this year, where are we sitting, Tony?
This year we are almost to that amount. We are $18,954.09.
Congratulations, Tony. $18,000, $954.09. And the cents are always adding up out there. Your cents add up, your dollars add up. You can call right now if you'd like to be part of the grand total from the entire weekend. Call 582-7511, or you could go online, visit WHAScrusade.org. Plenty of ways you can donate there, or you can scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. All the popular ways to pay: Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay. That's all available to you. You can do it on your phone. You don't even have to leave the house, and every single penny will go to a kid in Kentuckiana who needs it. Never forget, Tony taught us today, it's never too late to donate, and you can never underestimate the power of TV. That's why Tony does what he does. He got inspired, and he's volunteering. Thank you so much for your work, Tony. Thank you for being here. We'll be back in Corydon, Indiana in just a little bit.
That's awfully awesome. Good to see you, Isaiah.
Good to see you, Terry.
As always,
Pleasure.
welcome back to the Crusade, my friend.
My 5th year doing this. I love it.
You're doing great with it, too. We appreciate you, all the hard work you do out there the course of the year as well. And people keep donating to the WHAS Crusade for Children. They're calling us at 582-7511 or at 888-382-7511. You can see we're sneaking up on $4 million.
Over $3.7 million. It's nice when I get to come later in the day, too. Some days I'm in the mornings, but you see it really start to trickle down here toward the afternoon.
Couple folks sending us love. Bob and Mary Lee Dooley, thank you for your generous $200 check in memory of Doreen and Jack Dooley and Bob and Mary Hatfield.
We also got Rick Harrison and Cindy, a $100 cash donation in honor of Elijah, Nolan, and Hazel in memory of Tatum, Rain, Roop. We appreciate y'all. Credit Fern Creek. Shout out Fern Creek.
Indeed, and we're going to keep going out and visiting with our various folks in various places.
Yeah, we got Travis Breeze and photojournalist Aspen Hester pretty much just rolling around WHAS. They actually have the latest here from Mount Washington Fire Department.
That's right, Isaiah. We are on Chuck Olmsted Way right now with the folks from Mount Washington Fire Department. They've already dropped off their donation. What was the total on that donation? You remember, Charles?
It was $46,000.
$46,000. Well, great job. Thank you guys so much for supporting the WHAS Crusade for Children. And we talk about all the ways that the Crusade helps people throughout Indiana and Kentucky, helping kids in need. And Major Charles Perkins right here, your mom was a Crusade baby. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when in the early 60s, she had polio as a child. So she spent a lot of times in the hospital trying to recover and just trying to survive from the polio. So a lot of the Crusade money and equipment went towards helping keep my mom alive.
And then you also said that you had memories collecting donations with your dad.
Yeah, my dad was on Fairdale in the late 70s, early 80s. And I remember as a little kid riding downtown on fire trucks and coming down the Crusade back then, just getting this experience then. So,
well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for getting those donations, $46,000. And one way to get those donations is to do something kind of creative on your roadblocks, as we see these folks did yesterday. They threw on some tutus to try to get some donations for the Mount Washington Fire Department. Really some nice looks here. Really pushing the comfort zone. I appreciate it. And you're in one of these photos. What's your name?
My name is Braxton Joslin.
And you're a firefighter?
I am.
How long have you been with the department?
This will be my first year as a recruit.
And so is this your first year being part of the Crusade?
It is, yes.
What do you think?
I think it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, going to a great organization. Raising money for everybody, hearing all the compliments and all the stuff that we are able to do for everybody. It's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, you'll see if you keep coming to this year after year, everyone calls it a family. You see the same people every weekend. So that's awesome to see someone be a part of it. You plan to be a part of it for years to come?
That's the goal, absolutely.
All right, Braxton, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Thank you guys, Mount Washington. Thank you for all your work this year. And tell the face paint. Who wants to talk about the face paint or the forehead paint?
So we've done it every year for the last 3 or 4 years. It's just kind of became our tradition. If you come downtown with us, you get your face painted. We've done Ninja Turtle, I think a Dalmatian and a snake, and this year we went with a fire hat thing.
And is this you guys a Truck 31?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Department 31, yeah.
Oh, Department 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Keep those donations coming. Call the number in the bottom of your screen or scan that QR code. Getting over 4 million sued, I'm pretty sure. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, the crew there from Chuck Olmsted Way, right outside WHAS. We're now joined with some very special guests, including Rabbi Galia Rooks. Rabbi, if you could just introduce yourself and what you're here to do and share today.
Hi, I'm Rabbi Galia, Rabbi Emerita of the Temple. These are some Temple kids who've been collecting money for Crusade all year long, if you want to ask them their names.
Yeah.
We are presenting $4,000 this year.
Wow.
And a few people told me that they were going to bring me a check and we didn't connect. So at least 4,000, that's what we'll say.
There you
But
go.
I do want to mention, I always get the check from Karen and Jay Waldman. Every year I've been doing this for, I don't know, over 30 years, and they've never, ever missed a year. So shout out to Jay and Karen.
Absolutely. We'll introduce you guys here. Can you all just say your name for me, please?
My name is Jovi.
Jovi.
I'm Lucy. I'm Vivi.
Vivi, it's good to meet you guys. What are your guys' names?
My name is Margie Goodman
Margie Goodman.
and Asher Levy.
And you guys have the very important assignment of making sure you keep track of the money, right? You
Yeah.
excited to put it in the bucket?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get to that in just a bit. Rabbi, I just want to talk, the grant process obviously is so competitive, right? And you guys play a big role in sort of divvying that up. Can you speak to me about that? And I guess the challenge that comes with, it's a good problem to have, right?
It's a great problem, but it's difficult. The clergy panel from Moral Side of the News that's on every weekend with Sean Kalin is our moderator and does wonderful work with the Crusade. And that clergy panel is the committee, not all of them, but most of them, serve on the clergy allocation committee. And so we got over $14 million in requests this year. Wow. And so we read the grants, and if please God, please Kentuckiana, if we can hit 6 million this year, that'll be great. I really think we can do it this year. But even if we hit 6 million, that's not even half of the 14 million that we get, over 14 million in requests. So it's really hard. It's a huge responsibility. We want to be really good stewards of the money that everyone raises, but you can't give a full grant to, never mind to everyone, to hardly anyone. But we do every single county all over Kentucky. The farthest reaches every single county in Kentucky and all the way in southern Indiana, now all the way up to Indianapolis. So the good that what Crusade for Children does is not matched anywhere in the country. This is the most successful, single telethon in the whole country. And it speaks so much about who we are from Kentuckiana, that we care so much about all the special needs kids. And don't ever forget what a difference you are making in the lives of these children. I mean, it's just, because they have to tell us if we have many repeat, every year they want something. I understand. And so what did you do with last year's grant? And the Crusade team, Dawn, and everyone else follows up to make sure it's being used well. And the stories, if you heard those stories, I mean, it just, yeah. So let's get to 6 million this year.
Yeah. And we know in those final hours, it can really, you see that number start to go way up.
Yep.
What's a message you'd like to share? Because we know these are so many groups from all different walks of life who come together, a lot of times put maybe some disagreements to the side and make magic happen. What's your message out to the community now as we sit at 2:30?
Well, Margie, hold up your can. This is something she got in Sunday school. And turn it to the side.
You got the camera right there.
See how it says the Hebrew word tzedakah. And tzedakah, most people translate as charity, but the root of the word is tzedek, which means justice or righteousness. Like it says in the Bible, tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. Justice, justice shall you pursue. And that's what we teach our kids, that it's not just out of the goodness of your heart, but it's the righteous thing to do.
And Gail, the other can says planters, so that means plant a seed to grow more funds for the Crusade. See?
I love that. Courtesy of Terry Miners. He was thinking that for a while. I love it. I love it. I love it. Add some spark to all this. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we put some of the money in the bucket here?
Every year we make our donation, did I already say this, in memory of Dr. Waller, who served on the panel for many, many years.
Long time.
And then I took over for him when he retired, and I've been doing it for, we never did figure out how long. We know it's more than 30 years, so obviously I was in preschool when I started.
Right, of course. But the Waller family's been great to the Crusade for decades.
And
so
also this past year, our beloved Rabbi Chester Diamond passed away, so we want to do it in memory of him as well.
Great to see you again, Galia.
Thank you for taking the time.
Can we pour?
Pleasure.
You guys want to make that
Alrighty.
joyful noise? Yeah. Let's pour. That'd be awesome.
Oh, we got a lot of bills in there.
From the temple, at least $4,000.
I love it.
Thank you, Rabbi
Thank you all
Galia
so
Rooks.
much.
Appreciate
Great
you, brother.
job.
Thank
One
you
more
for all
round
your
of
hard
applause.
work. Thanks, guys. Let's go.
We're pushing for 6. We can make it happen. We've
Let's
seen
go.
these last
Thank you
few
so
hours.
much.
A lot of
Appreciate
magic can
you.
happen. Thank you all so much. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's bring in our friends from Monroe Township.
Monroe
Come on, Chief
Township
Maloney.
Fire Department. We've got quite the crew here. How
Hey,
you guys
Chief,
doing?
good to see you again. Bill Maloney, that's Isaiah.
Bill, Isaiah. it's good
Slide
to meet
right
you.
here in the middle, brother. Good to have you here. What's your name, sir?
We'll have you stand in the center for us.
Good to see you, Ben Schott. Your name?
Kevin Glass.
Kevin, welcome.
Caleb Johnson.
Kirsten Johnson.
Glenn Johnson.
Nehemiah Johnson. Cheryl Johnson.
I'm noticing a theme. There were like 6 Johnsons in a row.
Oh, what could that mean?
Thanks, guys. We appreciate having all of you here on the team.
How you guys
Chief,
doing?
how's life?
Good. Glad to be back.
Okay.
It's been a rough year, but we're hanging in there.
How do you approach when you know that maybe some of the odds are stacked against you? What do you guys do to make sure that you can still come in and do what you guys love to do?
Well, we of course we do the door-to-door, the auction and stuff every year, but we've noticed that the economy's tighter. We've noticed it in our collections, but we stuck at it and worked hard at it, and I think it's paid off. So.
And it means each donation means that much more.
Oh yeah.
No.
But I've got some things to people to don't think, and then Kevin and them are going to read off all of our donations.
Sounds
and things,
great.
Okay. So we're located in Henryville, Indiana. We serve Henryville and Underwood. We have a population just over 5,000 people, so it just kind of give you a ballpark of where we're from.
And that's why you guys come in here with big numbers all the time. We always look at that and go, 5,000?
Yeah.
What? I mean, what you do every year is pretty amazing.
Generous community.
And they're generous, and yes, we work hard at getting that.
I know that. All right, Chief.
So we set a goal of 110,000 last year. I think we turned in 103 last year.
I see it, yep.
So I want to thank John Collins. If you look at the stick over here, he carves this every year. This year it's the championship. IU got a football in the top.
I didn't hear anything about that. Did Indiana win the national championship? Let's go Hoosiers! That was kind of big.
That's right. But that's all hand carved, and there's a hand carved football on the top. But John Collins donates this stick every year. He also makes a second stick. We auction one off. It stays at the firehouse. Everybody can put donations toward it.
Awesome.
Then the other stick, the person that bought the stick gets to take that stick home with them.
Awesome.
So anyway, between the two sticks, we raised $3,950.
That's pretty fantastic. Is that your fanciest ladder truck we're
Yes,
seeing
that's
on there?
pulling in there.
That's nice. Is that your golf cart riding behind it?
Yeah. Don't tell them. The second picture there, Gail and John Collins' brother, Ken Murphy, made that picture and sent it to us. And if you look at it, it's got the city of Louisville. It's got Jesus in the top, Crusade logo, and it's got kids along the bottom. That's etched, and he sent that to us. So that's one of a kind photo, and we sold that in our auction last night. So it's a beautiful piece.
What a beautiful concept,
It is,
too.
yes. So we really appreciate that, him sending that to us. We have an auction and a dinner on the Saturday before we turn in our money. Steve Howe and his crew does this for us every year, and we raised $24,632.50 off that auction.
That's astounding. I mean, that's more than a lot of fire departments can bring in. So what you do is incredible, Bill,
Yes.
every year.
We did a car show. This is our third car show we've done. We actually had 116 cars come this year, and we raised $4,953.
Wow, that's great.
So the people in the car show business they're all talking about it, and they all want to come back. So
they're committed. You have repeat folks, I'm sure.
We do.
Yeah.
I would like to thank Ernie Thompson and Steve Berner and the Lug Nuts.
Sounds like a great band, doesn't it?
Capital L, capital N. Yep.
That is all the helpers. So there's a group of people that we lunch and stuff together every once in a while, and they all pitched in to help us get this car show off the ground. I'd like to announce the sponsors of that car show. It would be Adams Funeral Home and Crematory, Bagshaw Trucking, Huddleston Transmission, Taylor's Custom Concrete, Hills Auto, Goodfellas Family Restaurant, New Yale Dry Cleaners, CRDN of Kentucky, South Indiana, Burners Excavating and Trucking, Ernie Thompson, Monroe Township Fire Department. There's a donation in memory of Bill Meredith, in memory of Brett Hare, in memory of ISP Trooper Scott Patrick. His end of watch was 12/22/2003. In memory of Wild Bill Burner, Broadening Family Classics, Interstate Utility Trailer of Sellersburg, Hobbs All Snow Lawn. I blew that all up, didn't I? Hobbs All Show Lawn Service, Frame It, TLG Peterbilt of Louisville, Best One Kentuckiana, Dave O'Brien Remax Plus, Kayla's Creations, TNT SNX Service, and we had Taylor's, I don't believe I mentioned him. Yes, I did, Taylor's Concrete. During that time, we had a lemonade stand. Addie and Rita, they raised $420.
Beautiful.
That's hard work.
That's good lemonade.
That's a lot of lemonade. Our local Mexican restaurant, Tequila Mezca, raised around $1,600. Addie is one of our cadets. She started raising money for the Crusade when she was 8 years old. She continues doing this every year. This year she raised $1,035.
Beautiful.
We want to thank the Christmas Tree Farm up on Castell Road. They do a fundraiser, or they do a light up the hill there with Christmas trees and all kind of different figurines, and they take donations throughout the year. Awesome. So we want to thank them for helping us out too. St. Luke's Church in Jersonville donated $818.65. We also, Sellersburg Fire Department contracts with us to assist us on runs throughout the year. And they helped us collect money this year, and they raised $4,771.58.
Very good. Did you say Kevin's going to read some too?
Yeah, I got a little bit more, yeah.
Okay.
And then want to thank the people for our dinner. Last night, New Yale Cleaners for donating the food, and we also sold the Crusade pins at our stores. Last night, Robin Embry, he does skits throughout, so if you ever want to go see him, you can check out his page. And but he sang for us last night. Want to thank Kevin, Ben, Charlie. Charlie went out and picked up auction items and got donations for the auction. So we had a lot of beautiful things last night. They brought pretty good money. Safe Harbor Christian Church for allowing us to host the event. We had a dinner committee, which Rebecca and Linda Dixon, Beth Maloney, John Wagner. They do a lot of planning throughout the year, and we fed a lot of people last night. So we thank them for helping us, and then they had a lot of servers that pitched in and helped do that too. Blue Lit Christian Church, we need to thank them for their donations of all the desserts, because all the ladies pitched together and made the desserts for them. Steve Howe's auction service has done our auction services for many, many years. He is retiring this year, so we wish him luck and enjoy retirement and camping and whatever else he's got plans. But he brought in Scotty Sands, and then we didn't know this until last night, but Trenton Guthrie is an auctioneer too.
Oh, that worked out.
He pitched in last night, and they did an awesome job of auctioneering.
So he'll come back.
He'll be back, yes. I told him he couldn't get off the hook. He has to
There
come
you
back
go.
next year. Malia, she helps, keeps all the guys straight by logging in all the bid numbers. So I want to thank her. She comes every year with Steve and logs all that in. At this time, I'm going to pass it over to Ben Schott, and he's going to read on.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you,
Good.
Chief.
Appreciate all you guys. Where's Ben? All right, come on up here, brother.
So our donors that gave up to $50, Kelly Logston in memory of Thomas Eddie Leitz and Brittany Lee West, Ryan and Haley Shipton, Belinda Smeedley, Pamela Hughes, Abbott Farm Products, Cynthia Murphy and Rebecca Beach, Gary and Donna Kenzer, James and Melissa Nasby, Laura Haddabaugh, Sandra Boyd, Toby and Sonia Jenkins, Sandra Ham in memory of the Ham and Glass family members, Deborah Stewart, Paul and Amy Farmer, Reba Markham. From 50 to 100, we have an anonymous donation in memory of Jim Monk and Earl C. Monk, David and Ruth Tharp, James and Lois Lewis, Joan C. Klerner in memory of David G. White, Kathy Green, L.J. Waterfill, Lucy Lane, Mark Stevens, Thomas and Donna Upton, Tommy Lou and Vernon Guernsey, Troy and Charlotte Combs, Mama and Papa Ward in memory of Peyton, Vicki Taylor, Kevin and Lily Glass, Mary and Gary Cooper, Philip and Jessica Sumner, and Ryan Hobbs. From 100 to 250, we have Betty Carver and Stephen Hopner in memory of Jane Ulan, Bev Kelly in honor of Ron Kelly, Charles and Claudia Quinton, Charlotte Higdon in memory of J.T. Higdon, Dale and Rosemarie Hobbs, Daniel and Karen Smith, Dennis and Jane Shepard, Interstate Utility Trailer, John and Elena Cordy in memory of his sister Tammy Bramer, Linda Dixon in memory of Lillian Dixon, McAfee Trucking, Michael Schulin, Mount Lebanon Presbyterian Church, Ned and Donna Horton, Knowles Nest, Pamela Hall, Roberta Bastian in honor of Cora Dixon, Sarah Becker in memory of Mike Becker, Sheila Glass in memory of Wayne and Shirley Glass, Stephen and Charlene Morgan, Darren and Diane Poteet, Denise Schott, John and Gail Collins in memory of Tammy Brammer, John and Neva Scott, Adams Family Funeral Home and Crematory, Dava O'Brien, an anonymous donation in memory of Maisie Hecker, Cheryl and Clark Henson, Edmund Bannett in memory of Sandy Furnish Bannett, Elizabeth Fable in memory of Kenny Fable, Hiles Auction Service, Henryville American Legion Post 105, Henryville First Church of God, Henryville Mini Storage, Janice Furnish in memory of Butch Furnish and Stephen Furnish, Jean Hanley in memory of Betty Lee Graham, John Wagner in memory of Diane Wagner, Michael and Janice Bednazarek, Tom Gordon in memory of Linda Gordon, Braxton Poteet in memory of Henry Poteet. At this point, I'm going to hand over to Kevin.
All right. Showtime, Kevin.
Showtime.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. All right, for the 250 to 500, we have Doug and Jennifer Dunleavy, Ronald and Marshall Roth, the Lawson Group, Benjamin Schott, Joe and Audrey Waters, Don Guthrie Auction Service in memory of Marjorie Guthrie, Huddleston Transmission, William and Beth Maloney in memory of Doris Maloney, Philip Sumner, Furnish Towing and Recovery, Terry and Ann Brishaber, Truman Geary III, Goodfellas Pizza, and then for the 500 to 1,000, we have Anita Schultz in memory of Edward Jones, Anthony Clayton and Christy Crawford in memory of wife and mother Marilyn Clayton, son and brother Anthony Joseph Clayton II, Datum Incorporated in memory of Mike Graff, Guernsey Enterprise, Kimberly King, Mary Ann Dietrich, Tracy and Pamela Spencer, James Young, Safe Harbor Christian Church, Kavanaugh for Sheriff, Philip and Janine Smallwood, Brad and Robin Jones, Eric Miller in memory of John Miller, St. Luke Church, Bagshaw Trucking in memory of Chuck and Ann Abbott, Carl and Joyce Bagshaw, Roberta Grants, and Rita Bowman. And in New Washington State Bank, I'll cover this up so you can't see it yet.
I saw it already.
Keeping it
Barbara
secret
Gilley
for
in memory of Henry Gilley, Broughton Family Classics, Henryville Community Presbyterian Church, Henryville United Methodist Church, Addie Weddington, Christmas Hill Illumination and Castetler Farm, Tequila and Mexicali Restaurant, Cynthia Guthrie, Upright Builders in memory of Butch Furnish, Mike and Denise Bridges in memory of Paul and Ron Anderson, Ben and Margaret Stevens, Raymond James, Bullitt Christian Church, Tyler Guthrie Construction, Taylor's Custom Concrete, and an anonymous in honor of Maggie Wade. Now, before we get to total, we want to thank the town of Henryville, Monroe Township, for putting up with us harassing them for the last month.
The best kind of harassment.
The best kind of harassment. But the town is entirely supportive of us, very supportive. We really appreciate that. Some of the local restaurants that, fed us a few times when we're out there on the road. So, extremely supportive town. We're very appreciative of it.
Very nice.
So, you ready for a total?
You guys got a big number.
Where's the chief? Get up here next to us here, Chief. Come up here. We're excited about this, Monroe Township. And you said, Chief, well, we might be off a little bit here. It was like, dude, we're talking about some serious numbers
He's
here.
throwing us off.
You about ready to throw some big bacon on the table.
Spoil it.
Okay.
For you.
For the 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children from Monroe Township, the grand total is
$100,618.33.
Let's go!
There we go.
Woo! Monroe Township, $100,618.33.
How about that?
That is a good town.
That is a good town.
Yes. You said 5,000 people. I mean, we can all do that math. That's incredible.
That's right.
That's astounding. Thanks for the hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. One more time, what do you guys have to say about the generosity of folks out there?
It is just extremely, it's so rare these days, but the town is so gracious. And the people they're happy to give. We do the big auction. Everybody comes out. It's like I said, a comedy club. You eat a dinner and a show.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Over $100,000. Monroe Fire Department.
Family.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it all, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, that's pretty good.
That's pretty beautiful.
We had our eye on that number for a while. We knew what was coming
Yeah.
in, but it was...
Yeah, Isaiah and I saw this right from the start. We're like, uh-oh, we got a triple digit. Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Thank you guys very much. Good to see you.
It's all
right,
good.
So that number jump up just a little bit.
Yeah, at $3,824,255.
3.8 million. We love to see it. All right.
And still many hours to go on the WHAS Crusade for Children, but we appreciate the ongoing kindness shown by people.
4 hours left.
Yeah, people
Plenty of
coming
time.
by to see us. Come on up, folks. Welcome to the house.
Charlestown Fire Department. We've seen you guys.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
Isaiah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's your name?
Brad.
Brad. It's good to meet you. You guys can come in
Brad
the center
O'Leary.
here.
That sounds like a poem. The Brad O'Leary Show. It's good to have you here, brother.
Good to have you.
Talk about your community now, too.
Our community, they're the best. They take care of us every year. They when we need them, they come in and they help us out tremendously when it comes to Crusade.
That's fantastic.
How was this year for you guys? Reaching out to folks. I know that Monroe Fire mentioned that it's tough times for some folks, but what were you guys? What did you guys see?
We everybody did their part. They did what they could. I know, like I said, times are tough for everybody right now, but like I said, our community comes through. They take care of us when it comes to this.
All right, let's say hi to everybody you got with you here. What's your name?
Mara.
Hello, Mara. It's so good to see you here. Come on up here in the light so everybody can see. There you go. Come on up here.
You guys come
What's your
in.
name?
Lachlan.
Lachlan, good to see you, bud. Thanks for being on the team. Uh-oh. I'm not even going to ask over here.
I'll get some of you guys. What's your name?
I'm Tiffany.
Tiffany.
This is Tommy.
Hi, Tommy. How you doing?
He's doing great.
Tommy will turn back around. How are you? What's your name?
Emma.
Emma.
Lily.
Lily. What's your name?
John.
John. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
You know, when I first started here 40 years ago, they asked me to turn around all the time on TV. They just said, we'll be better off if you just turn around, Terry.
No, we got to see that beautiful face. Look at that, those blue eyes.
This is just another great neighbor to the city of Louisville and here in southern Indiana. It's so awesome to have Charlestown folks in here. And I guess, Brad, you're going to tell us a little bit about the work that went on during this past year?
Yeah. This year, we're dedicating our crusade in memory of our retired members Jim Ennis, David Hayes Sr., and Roger Roy Miller. All three members played a huge role in our department throughout their years of service, and they'll be missed dearly.
And no doubt about it. And then you have some people operating the equipment. Who's out there driving?
That's one of our battalion chiefs driving our newest apparatus that we just received Halloween last year.
Oh, that's nice. That had to be fun when that shows up in the driveway, right?
Yeah. It's always nice to welcome in a new piece of equipment.
And you guys being from Charleston, you don't have to worry about the 65. You're good. Just take 64.
Yeah,
64
we're good.
is coming
We're
in.
good.
There you go.
We go either way to avoid it.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
okay, Brett, you got a list for us?
We got a list. So each year we have some special events that we do. We have a pancake breakfast that we held in March, and we want to thank Apex Sales and the Copper Kettle for their donations. Then we had in April our annual Birdies for Kids golf scramble. We want to thank the countless support of many businesses, organizations, as well as public for their monetary donation and sponsor holes and teams. We want to thank Yellow Snow, B&G Mortuary, Michael Schulin, Innovators Insurance Group, Furnish Towing and Recovery, Central Credit Union, Christopher Drain, and the New Washington State Bank. Also in April, we had a pork chop dinner and basket auction. And we want to thank First Savings Bank for their monetary donation and Rhonda Davidson for her assistance. And we want to give a special thanks to Don Lee and everybody that's part of the Crusade for everything that they do for this organization.
Yeah, well, we're all the same family, and I'm glad that they're there to help you all throughout the whole year because it's a year-long project for this one weekend.
It is. We may take a couple weeks off just to get a new group bearings, and then we're right back into the planning stage again.
Fantastic.
So we'll start off with some business donations. $20 donations will be as king size storage. $75 donation, Abbott Farm and Equipment LLC. $100 donations, Backyard Classics in memory of Roger Miller. Fields Custom Cabinets, State Farm Insurance, VFW Post 1427 Auxiliary, Blazing Star 226, Big G Supply, Concrete Lady, Charlestown Auto Collision, Mitchell Plastics, Lotus Sign, Southern Indiana Linings and Coatings, Weather All, Smith Dentistry, Charlestown Christian Church Home Mission. $150 donations, First Savings Bank. $200 donation, Specialty Manufacturing of Indiana, McCoy's Nursery, Grayson Funeral Home. $250 donation, Harpering Steel and Ace Safeties LLC. $337.27 donation, School for Wee Ones. $425 donation, New Washington State Bank. $500 donations, Pops, the Marcus Project in memory of Marcus Pop. DEP Services, Bill Broughton Trucking and Excavating. A $508 donation from the Congregation of St. Michael's Catholic Church in Charlestown. $928.15 from the Congregation of the North Charlestown Church of God. $1,000 donation, Backyard Classics, American Legion Post 335, and Havens Halo in memory of James and Marion Dean and Lonnie Knoll. $1,059.17, Pleasant Ridge Baptist Church. and $2,135 from Stony Point Christian Church in memory of John Bowen, Dean Lytle, and A.J. Anderson. Then we'll start into our personal donations.
All right, very good.
$25 donations. Ivan and Mary May in memory of David Hayes. Virginia Johnson in memory of Wagon Master Charlie. $50 donations. Larry and Linda Hill in honor of our grandchildren. Rocky and Charlene Gibson in memory of Robert Bob Abbott Sr. Charlotte and James Phillips in memory of Robert Bob Abbott Sr. Ted and Penny O'Brien in memory of Robert Bob Abbott Sr. Bill and Patty Hartman in memory of Robert Abbott Sr. William and Deborah Nichols in memory of Owen Cooper. Kenneth Good in memory of Mom Evelyn. $60 donations, Greg and Mary Roan. $75 donations, Bill Crace. Kent and Karen Abbott and family in memory of Bob Abbott Sr. Naomi Dunley in memory of Bob Abbott Sr. The $80 donation, the Timberlake, Brewer, and Kolb families in memory of Roger Miller. $100 donations, Larry and Rhonda Meyer, Jerry and Jean Van Gilder, Harold and Donna Hart, Kevin and Donna Hostettler, Philip and Kathleen Combs in memory of Daniel, William and Don Key, Paula Schindler in memory of Bob, Kevin, and Jamie, Mike and Malia Edmonds in memory of Sheena Edmonds Fancher, Larry Lynn in memory of Angela Lynn and Jeff Mason, Lena Abbott in memory of Bob Abbott Sr., Jeff and Maria Hall in memory of Bob Abbott Sr., Ted and Penny O'Brien in memory of Bob Abbott Sr., James and Sharon Park in memory of Bob Abbott Sr., Linda Tapp and David Rainbolt in memory of Larry Tapp and Ricky Rainbolt, Rebecca Resch in memory of Bill Resch, Judy Hall and Kim Morgan in memory of Carl Harrell, a 50-year member of the Charlestown Volunteer Fire Department, Brad and Tiffany O'Leary in memory of Ed and Mary Shane, Teresa and Bob O'Leary in memory of Ed and Mary Shane and Bonnie Armstrong, and in honor of Emma, Tommy, Maddie, Aubrey, Emerson, and Rowan. Glenda Finn and Janet Wise in memory of Luke Woods. Brad and Tiffany O'Leary in honor of Emma and Tommy. Andre Hill in memory of John Hill and in honor of Lachlan Hill and Mara Hill.
Is that Brad and Tiffany? Is it, you know those people?
Maybe.
Oh, that's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I heard that a couple times.
$120 donations. In memory of Bobby Abbott Sr. from the old car wash gang, Jimmy Walden, Elwood Duncan, Ernie Thompson, George Doss, Scott Van Arsdale, and Bill Whitaker. $125 donations, Rodney and Benita Pate. $140 donations, Cheryl, Randy, Sonia, Lucas, Cindy, Carl, Drew, and Matthew in memory of our dad and Papaw, Bill Brewer. $150 donations, Brian and Benita Fisher in memory of Ben, Mary, Larry, Gretchen, Ledbetter, Mary, Luke Clapp, and Mark, Agnes, Stephen, Eric, Kevin Fisher. Sarah Muir, E. Joseph Rash in memory of Nancy Rash, Richard Looney, Bill Looney, and all Vietnam veterans. $157.85, family and friends of David Hayes in memory of David Hayes. $200 donations, Joseph in memory of Teresa Hayco, Jim and Joanne James, Paula Schindler in memory of Ralph Webb, James Ennis, Roger Miller, and David Hayes Sr. Gina Johns in memory of Robert Bob Abbott Sr. $250 donations from the Slaughter family in memory of Robert Slaughter. $300 donations, Robert and Kathleen Waterman in honor of Logan, Noah, and Hannah. Robert and Kathleen Waterman in memory of David Waterman. $500 donation, Tim and Allison Smith, celebrating our kids Austin, Ash, Nate, Trudy Hall, and Jessica Reed, Chase, Kate, and Maverick Shulin, with the help of Case and May, in memory of Devonna Shulin, who was a paramedic from Scott County that passed away. Linda Jackson and Tracy Moore, in memory of Jimmy Jackson. $700 donation in memory of Norma Miller, Bob Brewer, and Roger Miller, who was a retired firefighter and served as president of the Charlestown Fire Department, from his wife and family.
All right.
Good work, Brad.
A lot of generous folks there.
Yes.
We appreciate your time. All right, we got a total.
Okay, for the 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children from Charlestown
Volunteer Fire Department raised
$67,930.85.
Love it. All right.
$67,930.85. Thank you, Charlestown.
Nearly $68,000. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you, Brad and Tiffany. That's right. That's good to hear.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Get a shout out.
Look, he turned around.
Sure.
Look at that.
All
He
right.
loves the
Does
camera
everybody
now.
want to help us read the tote board together? Can we do that? Lachlan, can we do that together, buddy?
He's got it.
Everybody's in now. All right, here we go. We're going to read the new tote board total. Ready? Right now we stand at.
We're so close.
$3,996,002.36. Let's go! Let's keep it going.
Almost
Thanks,
at $4 million.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Here,
Thank you guys so
Sorry.
much.
almost lost my hand there.
We're inching toward $4 million, Terry. That's looking good.
We're getting home, my friend. That's how that works on the WHAS Crusade for Children. Let's welcome in our friends.
How you guys doing?
From Republic Bank, Steve Traeger. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, welcome in again.
How are you? Come in the middle.
Step right in over here.
How you doing?
Hey, Collins. Good to see you. Well, first off,
she's ready for today. Look at that. Got the unicorn face paint and everything. I love it.
First off, we want to thank the Traeger family, really, for everything you do in this city. I mean, you're great to the Crusade for Children, but I mean, all the stuff the Traeger family does throughout this whole community, thanks to you.
Well, thanks, Terry. We're very proud of it. This is home, and thanks to all my colleagues at Republic Bank. They're the ones who put us in a position to do good things. So we're very appreciative of what the community's meant to us, and to those who much is given, much is expected.
Thank you, but the fact that you guys bank our Crusade money for us saves us a lot of time and all that, because it goes in right away and it expedites the whole process of gaining interest, so that the panel can then break it down and start giving it away almost immediately.
We love to pay interest, Terry. That's what we love to do.
That's the whole goal all the time.
That's right. But you know what? We're proud to be the bank of something as Louisville and as Kentucky as the Crusade for Children. And we've got, I don't know, 40 or so volunteers from Republic that are counting the money. And that's what a community bank does, and that's what we do at Republic Bank.
And how difficult is it to round up volunteers from Republic Bank's ranks?
It is not hard at all. I tell you what, this is the easiest organization, because why not? 100% goes back to the kids, and dollar for dollar, penny for penny, goes directly to the children in need.
How does it feel for you to be standing here today?
I'm very honored. I'm honored to be a Republic employee, as well as part of the board of directors here at the Crusade. So being a part of this is instrumental. I'm a longtime Louisvillian, so this is normal for me.
How many years have you been a part of this?
A part of this for about 10 years.
Wow. Well, we appreciate you guys.
And then what
Thank you
kind of
very much
things
for
are
being
your
here.
employees doing for us there? Are they doing some of the stuff in this building today?
They're taking care of the money room over here, right behind us, and then can't tell you where, but at
I
an
know, it's a
off-site,
secret.
I know.
I love the secrecy. You walk in certain halls and there's a lot of guards. They're like, who are you? Where do you think you're going?
I showed them my past and they're like, oh, you're going to have to show me more than that.
But yes, and so we've got a bunch of folks at an off-site who are taking care of the money, strapping it, getting it so that Steve can pay you interest.
That's exactly right. So, Steve, this is our Power Hour sponsored by Republic Bank, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We're very proud to be supportive of the Power Hour. We've got a contribution from Republic Bank of $10,000, and then the Power Hour.
We got another one here.
We're matching for the next hour, all the contributions up to $7,300.
Look at that.
Which signifies this is the 73rd year of the Crusade.
Thank you. So again, a gift of $10,000 directly from Republic Bank, and then we'll match up to $7,300 more for donations that come in this hour.
That's what Johanna told me to do.
You do take orders from all your superstars.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing about, we go over in your building and you got everybody willing to help and be a part of something here locally. That says a lot about the company.
I'm blessed to be associated with just great people, and our thing is we want our associates to thrive. We want to enable our communities to thrive. We want to enable our customers to thrive. So this is what it's about.
Thank you.
We like to do more than just talk the talk.
Much love to the Traeger family and everybody at
Thank you all
Republic
so
Bank.
much.
Thanks
Good to
so
see
much.
you guys, and
Appreciate
thank you for your
Johanna.
contribution.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks,
Good to see you again, buddy.
I think we
so
get
good to
over
see
4
you.
million.
Yeah. We're going to get there. Great to see you again, Johanna. Thank you.
See
Thanks
y'all
so
later.
much. We're getting
See ya.
there. All right, Republic Bank. Thank you so much. Let's welcome in our friends from Anchorage and Middletown, working their way in. Come on in. What's
How you
up,
guys
Chief?
doing?
Good to see you, Chief Walsh.
Good to see you.
All right, say hi to
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Come on, slide here in the
Chief
middle.
Walsh?
Yes, sir.
First name?
Pat.
Pat Walsh.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you.
Hey, Pat, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on online this week.
There has.
I would see you in a spot where it's nowhere near Anchorage or Middletown. What exactly was happening?
We have some secrets that we have to just keep, but it's all for the
I
kids.
saw. Wait a minute.
There was
There's
may
a
or may not have
PRP
been.
chief who stole your. Tell me the story.
So it all started back in April when PRP Chief Myman took all of our supplies from.
He just took them.
He took them, and he said I had to have some kind of ransom to get them back. or
All
something.
your signs, all the other
All the
materials
signs,
to
all the
help
material-
raise funds for the
Yep.
Crusade, gone.
They're
Like
gone.
the Grinch, stealing everything.
Yeah.
And Cindy Lou Who, but Santa, and he
Yeah.
stole it all.
Yeah.
What did you do about
So
it?
we had to get back at them. So we went out there to their headquarters and put a sign in the front yard that had our QR code, and it said new donation site.
So they thought they were donating in
Yeah.
PRP, and it was really
Yeah.
going to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Very
What a strategy.
clever.
Yeah. And we also had a couple of our folks did a night operation and went out there in the middle of the night and put the signs over their headquarters sign and made a really cool video about it. And so it was really.
I
really
see
good.
like a fire truck that it was really a PRP truck that said Anchorage over the top. Is that what it was?
Yep. So then yesterday at the remote at PRP, Reed Yaden wanted to make a donation to Anchorage Middletown, so he had us go out there. And so we took an Anchorage Middletown truck out to the PRP live remote at their training facility.
Saw it.
So, but Reed made up for it because he gave PRP 500 as well. So he made us do like a
He's
peace
the
truce.
best.
Love Reed.
He is.
Love Reed. We'll be
Reed,
seeing
it's
him
all
here in
fun.
a little bit, I think.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, where are we going to start today, Pat?
Okay, so I've got a lot of stuff to go through here, but first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our members of Anchorage Middletown Fire and EMS, our board members, our supporters, and all of our families. Without their support, we would not be successful in achieving our goal. We have such an awesome group of family, friends, and supporters of Anchorage Middletown Fire and EMS that showed up in force to help our collections. They were there for us every day, collecting, counting money, helping with food, and cleaning up. I want to offer a special thanks to each and every one of them for their assistance this year. Without them, this would not have been possible. They work tirelessly each day with the sole purpose of helping the children with special needs in Kentuckiana. We have such a caring and giving community that we protect and serve. Without their generosity, we would not have been as successful as we are this year. I also like to thank Lieutenant Colonel Brad Michael and Adrian Renner, along with our community risk reduction team, for their help this year in coordinating all the schedules and efforts of all of our collections. This year we did a multiple of things that allowed us to kind of do some different things other than we don't do the roadblocks, traditional roadblocks anymore. But we did several things. One, a big thank you to Kroger. Kroger allowed us to set up every day for the last week. And that made a huge difference. We're out there for the community. The kids get to come up and see the fire trucks and the ambulances, and it's just a good community interaction.
Well done.
On top of just collecting.
Thank
for
you,
the Crusade. So,
Kroger,
yeah.
for the help.
Yeah. So I'd like to say a special thank you to Kroger in Middletown, Kroger Prospect, Kroger Plainview, Kroger Forest Springs, Kroger Holiday Manor, Kroger Springhurst, Kroger on Bowsville Road, Kroger in Westport Plaza. You can see a trend there. Pretty much every Kroger that we have in our district.
What about Kroger PRP? Is that in there? Did you pull that
No,
off? You didn't pull that off.
That's maybe next year. We'll have to see about that.
I know that guy out
we got,
there.
Okay, we'll have to. like I said, this allowed us to get out and interact with our community as well. I also like to thank the IGA on Shelbyville Road right there in Eastwood. They allowed us to set up there as well. Our crew at Station 34, which is our Anchorage station right there in the heart of Anchorage, they, one of the crews, Captain Gideon Thurman and his crew on P3, they set up a hot dog cookout.
Is that right there by the train tracks?
Yep, right there by the train tracks.
Beautiful place.
Yes, they set up a family hot dog cookout, did like family movies playing in the bay, and it was just like a big open house.
Oh, nice.
They did that on 2 of their shifts. And
We
they
go hiking on that trail all the time.
Yeah, it's beautiful back there, and so they raised over $4,500 just doing that. So that was an effort that they just took upon themselves to do. We also had a golf scramble this year. It was our first annual golf scramble that was held at Lake Forest Country Club. Beautiful facility. I'm sure you probably played there before.
Not very well.
So it was an awesome success. We raised over $25,000 this year. So thanks to all who helped coordinate and sponsor that event. We had over 32 teams who all had a blast, and Lake Forest is such a beautiful place to play. So we definitely plan to do it next year. Hopefully they'll let us come back. I think we all behaved pretty well. So
Didn't hit any cars? Or
not that I'm aware
Did you
of. No.
put a ball in the water on number 8? Is that the par 3?
I didn't play.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll play next year.
There's 100,000 golf balls in that pond.
Really? That probably is. We also started payroll deduction last year, which was something new. We have over 275 employees, so we're really excited to offer that to our employees as well to do. We also did a raffle for a tailgating package. There's a lot of great items of value, roughly over $1,600. So we'll be drawing that winner here in a minute. It takes a lot of food to feed everyone. I'd like to thank our community for stepping up in a big way. The following businesses helped us eat very well. Congo Brands, Baskin-Robbins Middletown, Marigold Catering, Bluegrass Paint and Decorating helped us with some cans. Actually, that's not food, but that helped us with our collection cans. Chick-fil-A Middletown, Brasserie Province, Dairy Queen Middletown, Noah's Kitchen, Havana Rumba Middletown, Jaggers Middletown, and they actually issued a challenge to the Westport Road Jaggers, and so they stepped up too. So Westport Road Jaggers also stood up after the Middletown one challenged them. Born to Bagel and Cask Southern Kitchen. Now for the fun part. The following people in our community really answered the call and helped us with our efforts. I'm going to have to flip over here and make sure to get to that page there. So first, I'd like to recognize a donation of $10,000 from Lester Arrow.
That's a nice start.
That is a nice start. We keep going like this. So it's going to, you might
Big numbers there.
Get tired. You might have to take over for him. So Gary Zender donated $5,000, and Jean Zender donated $5,000. An interesting story about Mrs. Zender. She's 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
She has donated to every Crusade for Children since the very first one. So she's very generous and always has been.
That's incredible.
Janet Lindemeyer, $5,000. The Klein Family Foundation, $5,000. Mary Beth and Michael Harlemert, $2,500 in memory of all former McMahon firefighters who worked so hard for the Crusade for Children. Nancy Walsh, $2,500 in memory of Jim Walsh and Tim Walsh. Donna Heil, $2,000. Brian Dillon, $2,000. Summit Tax Group, $1,600. Anonymous for $1,500 in memory of Jim Walsh and Tim Walsh and Rob Crick. Sharon Brown, $1,500. Emmerich Services, $1,250. Paul Carroll, $1,250. Another anonymous donation for $1,000 in memory of Tim Walsh. And these are all $1,000 that I'm reading. Kristen Marshall, Scott and Terry Webster, Larry Frodenberger in memory of Brian Frodenberger, Donna Heil, William Brown, Walter Braden Jr., Bruce Bobo, William and Pamela McCreary, and Ruby Becker. I'm sorry, the thousands ended. William or Pamela McCreary gave $600, Ruby Becker $500, and then all these will be $500. Charles or Joyce Thompson, $500 in memory of Lucas Thompson, Karen Blair, Nancy and Rudy Mueller, Robert Schwartz, Amy Benovitz, Daniel Harlemert and Jennifer Harlemert from all the McMahon firefighters, Reed Jaden, $500, Tim Hazelwood Body Shop, $500, Patricia Hafendorfer, $500 in honor of Ben, Keith, and Jeff Hafendorfer, Ruth Smith, $500 in honor of Jesse Smith, Geneva Smith and Richard Pretty, Martha Sutt, $500 in memory of Al Sutt, Janine Hickerson, $500 in memory of Jennifer Earhart, Jan Hanley, $500 in memory of Rob Crick, Martha Sutt, 500 in memory of Robin Sutt Morris. Donald Foost, 500. Jerry Oliver, 500. Linda Prince, 500. Barbara Huber, 500. Nugent Sand Company, 500. Jerry Maney, 500. MJ Fleming was 400. New Direction Bar and Grill raised 370. Grace Foman, 350 in memory of Frank and Sudie Foman. Donald Bogart, 350. John Brecker, 343. Judy Hill and Danny Hill, 305 in memory of Vicki Bierman. Mario Wheatley and John Wheatley, $300 in loving memory of Sherry Whelan, Gail Spurgeon, and Jack Bishop. Mayo Jane Linham, $300. Tamara Fulkerson, $300 in honor of Worthington Fire Department. Gary and Benda Spivak, $250 in honor of Joe Cooper. And these are all 250s. Linda McDowell, Ann Deemer, Janet Clyer, Jeffrey Nelson, Wesley Clyer, Judy Halliday, and John Furch. And then Michael Sabis gave us $218. And then these are all going to be $200. David and Vicki Miracle, anonymous in honor of Roy Bishop, 18 years of service as volunteer for Middletown Fire in the 50s and 60s. His daughter actually stopped by the firehouse yesterday, and we met her. Judith and Richard Hudson, 200. Michael or Ann Hampton. Judith George, Douglas and Vicki Decker. Mark and Norma Steigers. Denise and Jim Wood in honor of 4 grandchildren, Cameron, Natalie, Riley, and C.J. Allen. James Hunt Jr., Otto Sponsler Jr., David Smith, Dennis Dartery, George Haycraft, these are all still 200, Jimmy Buchanan, John Swaim II, Keith Eskrich, Wayne Bishop, Robert Hepler, and then these are all 150. Nance and Paul Deans, Sarah and Scott Stevenson in memory of Jim and Tim Walsh, Tracy Bowman in memory of Marion Bowman, Catherine Oler, Ferdinand Oler Jr., Assistant Chief, Louisville Division of Fire, from everyone who loved him at his house and all the firehouses throughout Kentucky and Indiana. Mark and Teresa Ballard, 150 in memory of Marilyn Ballard of Bardstown. Connie Steffi in honor of Otis Steffi, Vernon, and Donna Stout. Triangle Talent in honor of Triangle Talent clients. Michelle Francis in memory of Bobby Holzclaw. Becky Hill and Denise Carnes gave $125. We can take a break, like go to commercial break or anything right now.
That doesn't happen here.
Right.
We just keep rolling.
So
we appreciate it.
Yeah, no. John Walling, 125. Joe Wolf, 125. Sullivan and Cozart, 125. William Mapes, 120 in memory of Sue Hutenlocker. Nancy Hettinger, 120. Graham and Regina Fowler, $100, and these are all going to be $100. And also anything that's less than $100, we're scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now.
Outstanding.
David and Shelley No, in memory of Ronnie Rogers, who is the grandfather of firefighter Bryson Rogers. William Casagrande and Gerald Casagrande, sorry for the name. Paul and Rebecca Pendle. Stephen and Penny Droppelman, in memory of my late brother, Paul Droppelman Jr. James and Diana Yates, George and Marilyn Owens, Virginia and Homer Holt, in honor of my grandson Peter, who I think is with us right there.
What's up, Peter? Good to have you back, buddy.
Nancy Armstrong, James and Lisa Boone, Amelia Magruder, Clayton Klingenfuss, Donald Tupman, Ronald Horsley, Keith Bowman, and Cynthia Carlisle Bowman, Ima Johns, Mark and Lynn Luking, Rebecca Miller, Lois Bringhurst, Susan Bailey, Renee and George Willett, Robert Kalin, Linda Larimore, Lewis and Donna Lang, Bonnie and Kenneth Morrell, Pamela McFarland, Jennifer Miracle, Bruce and Kathy Lynch, DK and W.S. Hoback, Jane and George Earls, Hannah Martin, John and Bridget Sinon, that might be a typo, Sarah and Timothy Cochran, Neil Benner, Catherine Kerpenstein, in honor of Anchorage Middletown Fire Department. She also gave 100 in honor of Jenny and Homer Holt. Patrick Bowles, in honor of Isaac Andrew Brooks, Sheila McGee, Catherine Kerpenstein in memory of Elizabeth and Jack Kerpenstein, Robert Graves in memory of Ferd and Mary Graves, George Ockerhausen in memory of Henrietta Gibson, William Ralston, $100 in memory of Juanita and Bill Ralston and Margaret and Tom Kelly. Sharon Brown, $100 in memory of Marcia Tucker, Larry Sparrow, $100 in memory of Margie and C.R. Sparrow, Bobby Sparrow, and Charlotte Vogel. Carl Zimmerman in memory of Patricia Zimmerman. One more page or so. Nancy Caldwell, these are all still 100. Amy Davenport, Carol Penner, Diane Anderson, Diane Statler, Edwin Ackerman, Gail Nugent, George Haycraft, James Price, James McCullough, Jerry Miller, John Radinsky, Kimberly Westerman, Christina Kaufman, Laura Moyers, Lucy Hart, Michael Klein, Rebecca Turner, Renee Taylor, Rita Gipe, Robert Langford, Sheila Koshawa, Sharon Alexander, Stacy Grieve, Tony Kruer, Kimberly Westerman, Bonnie Mullen, Diana Browning, Diane Anderson, Kimberly Westerman again, Philip Sorrell, Ruby Becker, Shelby Shepard, Betty McCarty, Igam Barham, Cynthia Robin Carpenter, Joan Merrick, and Anthony O'Connell. And then I have a few more in honors of Elise Polite, in honor of healthy granddaughter Lily and grandson Alex, Carol Ann Squires in memory of Vicki Bierman, Nancy Grove in memory of Vicki Bierman, Micah McCoy in honor of Alicia McCoy, Susie Comstock in honor of son-in-law Jeff Reynolds, Connie Farmer in honor of Steve Farmer, Nancy Anderson in memory of Bert Draper, Deborah Wilson in memory of Debbie Hazelwood, Courtney Young in memory of Ezekiel Linwood Newcomb, Cheryl Ferguson in memory of Gary Ferguson, Leah Holt in memory of Henrietta Gibson, Lindsay O'Donnell in memory of Jane Walters, Cindy Mazza in memory of Janet Stitch, Mary Bolton in memory of Jim and Tim Walsh, anonymous donation in memory of Ed Myman, Hester Hake in memory of Bobby Hostclaw, Bo Schuster in honor of Max Schuster, Harry Sonheim in memory of Trudy Strickland, and Ruth Weber in memory of Alan Bryant.
Great job, Chief.
I know Mr. Sondheim and Ms. Strickland, and they're good radio people.
Thank you
Appreciate
for the donation.
You betcha.
Okay.
Well, Chief Walsh, this has been a heck of a ride we've seen so far. And for a minute, while you were reading, I don't know if you realized it, but the chief of Pleasure Ridge Park was standing over there behind Isaiah, and then he disappeared. Is there another prank about ready to descend upon us?
I see him over there now, but I trust all these guys to make sure to watch out
That's
behind
right.
me, so.
You guys are on watch here. Keep your
eye
on that Myman.
As long as there's no cicada, there's no cicada coming with it.
Yeah, you ate a cicada last year.
I mentioned the raffle that we were doing, and so I want to go ahead and get, I don't know where that is. So this over here, I don't know if they can zoom in. It's a tailgating package, has a lot of cool things. So where's the, all right. Who's gonna?
Isaiah can do that, can't he?
Oh, yeah?
All right.
Absolutely.
All right,
pick one.
so yeah, huge tailgating package. Oh my gosh,
All
looks like it's
right.
going to be
Take a good
fun.
look at that.
Valued at $1,676. Is that what I see? Yeah. All right,
Total
and the
package
winner is.
Lucky one. Drum roll. We got Andy Downs.
Way to go, Andy Downs. Oh, there he is.
Congratulations, Andy. How do you feel?
What team? First off, what team?
You will.
There you go.
You've go Cards, right?
We'll see you over there. We'll see you over there at the football stadium.
Congratulations. Appreciate it.
First time I won, buddy.
That's always fun. You win a raffle in front of your kid. Come on.
Yeah. Well, like I said, at least I didn't have his son draw it out. That would have
That's why we do
that would invite some questions. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so before I mention the total, I want to say if you donated and we missed your name or memorial, I'm truly sorry. Also, if you did not get a mailing from us this year and wish to be placed on our mailing list for next year, please contact us at our station. We'll be happy to take care of you next year. Where's Chief Mile? Okay, just make sure you're not behind me. No, just stay over there. It's fine. No.
We're all.
We've already talked about it. We tried to add some fun this year to really bring back the competition between the departments. Last year, we were so proud to bring a total of $129,000, which was over 140% increase over 2024.
That's what I was noticing,
That was
your
huge.
increases, and I seem to think there's another increase coming.
There is.
Chief Walsh.
There is. And
Hint,
so,
hint.
you know, like we talked about, Chief Myman and Mulvey from Fern Creek last year had a great challenge going. I think there was a pie that ended up in Chief Mulvey's face. And because of all the efforts that we had done, I stepped foot in the ring and I said, you know, we're going to join this. And so we did. And so it's been really fun. So we're actually
You ate a cicada,
committed.
didn't
I ate
you?
a cicada. That was an internal challenge. Now we've got the whole community behind it. So yeah, and I think there may have been a PRP truck out in Norton Commons last night.
Oh,
3? Okay, there was 3. So
I think we did a whole story on that.
It did? Okay.
That's all good.
Well, I didn't see the story yet, but no, it's all fun. Like I said, it all goes to the kids. And that's regardless of where the money comes from or who brings it down here, it all goes to the same place. So we're super excited about that. So we're happy to take part in this competition, because that's how it all started 30 when I started 30 plus years ago. There was a lot of shenanigans that went on that probably shouldn't have. A lot of chiefs back then got a lot of phone calls, and so we're trying to keep it very lighthearted and friendly here. So now I would like to present, on behalf of all of our members, their families, and all of our supporting members in our community, and maybe a few in PRP and Fern Creek, Anchorage Middletown Fire and EMS is proud to present to the 73rd Annual WHAS Crusade for Children an increase of 37% over last year, and a grand total of $176,501.10.
That is incredible.
Great work.
Incredible. Thank you guys so much.
From Anchorage, Middletown.
$176,000.
Anchorage, Middletown, $176,501.10. Thank you,
Oh, I
Chief
love
Walsh.
it.
Thank you,
you guys
Chief
so much. We
Myman.
appreciate it.
Everybody else
Yeah.
who participated in this. I love the rivalry and that you guys push each other to do better and
Year
better.
after year.
Nice 37% increase, homie.
Yes, sir.
Good work.
Like nothing.
We're going to do it next year, too.
Thank you all so much for coming in. We really
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Thanks, team. Appreciate it.
Good to see ya.
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
That's all good. Peter, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's pretty fantastic. Thank you, everybody.
37% increase, Terry, after an increase the year before.
Yeah, pretty fantastic. We're going to welcome in members of our WHAS endowment, and here comes Brooke Hash.
I think we got Brooke Hash.
We've been
taking
waiting on our
taking
Brookster
the helm.
to get up here.
I'm on the board, so I will present.
No, you're in this with us. Come on, come over here, sister.
Do you want to hold it? Or
Yeah,
put it down?
we'll show that here in a minute. Here you
All
go.
right. I'll come over here.
Here, you earn a microphone.
There you go.
I'll be the flip guy on this one.
All right. Who's wanting to talk on behalf of the board? Dennis? All right, go ahead.
Hi, yeah, my name is Dennis Stoger. Well, first of all, whichever camera, hi Lane and Trip. I wanted to say hi to my kids who are at home watching. But a big part of what we do is help provide governance for Dawn and the rest of the Crusade staff to make sure that this organization can last for another 73 years and continue to do great work in the lives of children. And Father Joe Graftis, who was on the board for a long time, always said that we took nickels and dimes and turned them into hope. And part of what those nickel and dimes go to is an endowment fund that is established to continue supporting the Crusade for Children and all the great organizations that we support for time to come, right? So every year we get to decide what amount of money we can take out of that endowment and put to the tote board. And this year we have a pretty massive contribution. I guess Terry.
Yeah, I got a good look at
Terry
it.
can tell us. You ready?
We're ready.
Here we go. Boom.
Boom.
How about $750,000?
$750,000.
Pretty rocking. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Way to go, endowment. That is so good.
Love to see it.
See, that thing started sometime back 20, 25 years ago, the endowment.
Wow.
And I mean, just to be able to offer this booster for the Crusade every year is stunning and amazing and really, lifts us to areas we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
It's why 100% of your tote board total gets to go back into your community.
Exactly. So the endowment fund supports all the salaries for the staff and everything else. So 100% of every dollar, 100 cents on the dollar, goes back out into the community. And we're able to make excess contributions to do the same thing here. So $750,000 this year will go towards the tote board from the endowment fund.
I love it.
All because of the support of everybody watching, listening right now. So
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's kind of a fun check to hold, Isaiah.
Yeah. Don't get.
Here, grab that in. Grab that in. This is just
Feels different, huh?
Yeah, how was
Showed
work
up.
today, dear? Pretty good. I held on to $750,000.
Just a day at WHAS Radio, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, team.
All right.
Thanks for the hard work. Greatly appreciated. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
I will give you the microphone.
We're doing
Do a little switch up.
Thanks, Isaiah.
Hi.
All good.
How's it been going? You looking good?
All grand. Step on in. Good to see you.
See you, Terry.
Nice to see you. You got one for me here. I appreciate that. All right. Mike Allendorf's joining us from one of the great parts of our community. Shively. Might get right in the middle there, buddy.
I can do that. Hi, how are
Hi, I
you?
love the shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, tell me about your year of collecting.
Well, pretty much the roadblocks, all we did in front of the firehouse the last 4 days. Did a couple pop-ups at a couple of high schools we have in our
We
area.
see a little sun on your face.
Oh, yeah, it's, we got to talk to the weather people. That was a little warm.
It was getting a little toasty there for a while, but
It
that's all
was.
good. I can always tell when people have been out hitting the collections
Plus
hard.
you
They're
get that
coming in a
little
little
raccoon
bronzed.
look with your sunglasses. So you got it.
The raccoon look.
Oh, you know it. Okay. So other than that was pretty much it. We're a very small department, about 7 square miles for the city of Shively, but we had a lot of great giving from our businesses and the residents that came through, and we'll take care of a little bit because, as you always say, 100% for the kids. Yeah. And that's what we're here about.
No doubt. All right, what story do you have to tell us this time?
Well,
Mike?
first and foremost, I want to thank, on behalf of Shively Fire and Rescue, I want to thank Mayor Johnson, the Shively City Council, for letting us collect what we do for this crusade. We appreciate that opportunity to come out and do what we do. Also, again, special thanks back to our businesses, residents at the City of Shively, and everyone else, again, came through, donated. Every little bit adds up, and we got a lot of pennies. Want to talk about that penny shortage?
Well, they're gone. They're almost gone. We're going to take them.
Yeah, I don't know what we're getting. We ought to. I think we got several that we drop it in. Also, very heartfelt thanks to my crews. It wasn't for my fire crews out there collecting. As Terry alluded to, that heat, there are a lot of red faces. We went through a lot of sunscreen the last few days, so a lot of bottled water and Gatorade. So that was pretty good for us. I got some people we like to thank as far as some of the donations. So these are our businesses that were under $1,000. Shively Firefighters Local 1570, $100. Shively Lewis Parkland Lodge was $200. The Community Foundation of Louisville Incorporated, $201.10. The Hotel Tax Group, $250. Southeast Pallet Recycling Company was $500. The Churchill Downs VFW Post 2921 was $500. The Hazelwood Center, $520. Mitchener's Distillery was $700. We got one donation was $1,000 or more. We especially like to thank Louisville Cartage Company for a $2,000 check. So that was our businesses, and again, appreciate everything they did for us. Residents were also very kind and donated some checks in our bucket. Larry and Elizabeth Johnson was $20. Teresa Liffering was $20. Gary Payton was $25. Vivian Taylor was $25. Judy Harris, $25. Angela Johnson, $12.50. Kim Swit was $50, and we had some checks that were over $100. So again, special thanks to those folks. That was Catherine Arnett. Sorry about that, $100. Pam Burrs, $100. M. Diane Steffen was $100. Michael Stuber was $200. It's kind of cool what he does. He does his neighborhood block party in the fall, so they do a chili cook-off. So, there's an analogy.
That's all good.
It's like cops and donuts. It's firefighters and chili. So we went out there. Our crew went out there and judged the chili and have a good time. And they had $200 in donations.
What's
for
your
us.
personal? Do you like the red gravy and?
I'm red gravy. I'm traditionalist. No beans, no spaghetti. I know
Dude,
that's gonna.
sometimes I've tasted in these chili contests, and I'm like, is that really chili? Because
Oh yeah, I know this. We'll probably start getting some calls now.
I know that's the way it is. People get
spaghetti.
they get territorial about that.
Oh,
It's
they
like, dude,
do.
just give me the tradition.
Noodles or no noodles?
No noodles.
None for me.
No, I got to do it on the side of when I make it at home for those
Right.
that like it. So that was pretty cool that we always does that. Got some in memories and honors of. So I'm gonna start with my memories. In memories of, Teresa at least in memory of Michael Portman and Joyce Portman Palmer. That was $25. Alma Hurd, $50 in memory of Reverend E.L. Hurd. Scott Beckman, $100 in memory of Janice Feely. Michael Barlow, $100 in memory of France Barlow. Lulu Tabler, $100 in memory of Tony Tabler. Jessica Catherine, $100 in memory in honor of Mama Millie and retired firefighter Hams. got a couple honors of Yvonne and Donald Corin, $75 in honor of their great-grandchildren, Addison, Savannah, and Ace. Becky and Mike Allendorf, $125 in honor of their 5 grandkids. Raven Sample, $50 in honor of her brother, Rhett, who did a bike challenge at our roadblock. Rhett's one of our sergeants, and he did a bike challenge and put it out on social media. If we collected X amount of dollars, he was going to ride. He did that. So we had a couple other challenges. We were at the remote yesterday with P Ridge. We had a couple guys who did a 2-hour collection, had to do 636 push-ups, and they collected that money and they knocked them out. They did a couple live to make
I'll
sure.
do one, and Brooke will do the other 620.
No, I was thinking vice versa.
I'll tell you, I think you can probably do it, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to say drive and give them 20?
I'd pass out, yeah.
So that was pretty cool that they did that. Pretty much, and they got to get into the food. We like to eat food. Texas Roadhouse, Shively and Dixie, they donated lunch for us Friday for our collection effort. So
Can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong with anything Texas Roadhouse.
Cinnamon butter.
Yeah, and there was a lot of that going around. Also, we had a pizza party Saturday night. We like to kind of close out Saturday. That's our big collection day with the pizza party. And again, special thanks to Beer Nose Pizza on Dixie Highway and Papa John's at 3938 7th Street Road for contributing those wonderful pizzas we all chowed down on. Safety Co. on Miller's Lane, they donated the use of one of those cool-looking electronic billboard signs, and we put that up. One thing,
And no teenager hacked it to say something else?
no, we lock it up just for that, like firefighters sleeping. That's always a good one. So that didn't happen, thank goodness, because we lock her up. Also, I'd like to give a special thanks to my wife. She comes up and does all the cooking for us because firefighters got to cook, so that pulls them off the street. So she comes out and does the cooking for us so we can do what we do. All right, I think that is about it. Oh, those are the last ones that just came in. And, well, we had one total as we love coming into your studio and say, hey, we got more money for you. So we added that to us. We beat last year's total.
Yay! We'd love to hear that every time.
Again, thank you all. Thank you to everybody at Shively who came out and gave us money. We appreciate it.
You ready for a total?
Yeah, I am, if you guys are.
For the 73rd WHAS Crusade for Children from Shively Fire District, your grand total is
$10,194.84.
Yay! $10,194.84. Mike, thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to see you, sir.
Keep
as
it up.
always.
You know what you'd be good at?
What's that, sir?
Reading those disclaimers on those pharmaceutical commercials. You're nice and fast.
Oh, sometimes you got to. We got to get through it because I think people want to watch basketball later. But you still got some big departments coming in.
I know. We're looking forward to. You want to help us read the tote board total?
Let's
do that.
All right,
All right, another tote board total reveal coming. Look at it!
Oh my gosh, yes.
4 million. Here we go. $4,182,698.30 on the WHAS Crusade for Children.
Good job, Kentucky.
Hey, that was nice. You were here to push us across the 4 line.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Glad.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
You see you next year.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody in Shively and the surrounding area and all the friends out there.
I got Travis Breeze outside. He's been having a lot more fun on those fire trucks.
I saw him riding a few minutes ago on top of one of those, too.
I saw him also hit a tree. He was up on one of them. He's not paying attention to the branches.
What's up now, Travis?
Well, we're back on ground level, and I've been interviewing, I think, firefighters mostly today. We have some kids of firefighters.
What's this one? Okay.
Mara Keel, dad is on the Charlestown, Indiana Fire Department. What did you guys do to collect money for the Crusade this year?
Mostly just going door to door, just seeing if we can get any donation. All donations are great donations, roadblocks, just standing out, even when it's hot, just collecting money to really just get as much as we can to help this organization.
Mara, did you enjoy getting the donations?
Yeah, I did.
And did people seem like they wanted to donate?
Yeah, they knew what was going on, and they wanted to help out as much as they could with money.
Well, we know that the Crusade is such a great organization. We just got past that $4 million mark. You can call the phone number on the bottom of your screen or scan the QR code. And it's all about, you hear these people who've been to Crusade for 50 years. And Lachlan, you said you're 14, but you've been doing Crusade since you were a little kid.
Yeah, I don't know the exact amount of years, but it's been a while.
So maybe 9, 10 years you've been doing it already?
Somewhere around that.
Awesome. So that's what it's all about, keeping it on to the next generation. as we are closing in the last few hours of Crusade 73, guys.
All right, Trav, thanks a bunch. Appreciate that.
Got Heather Benson with us for a drive.
Heather Benson is back on the show. It's good to have you here on the WHAS Crusade for Children.
Thank you.
73 times around the sun for the Crusade for Children. And Heather, you've been part of our team here for several years now. We just love having you here.
Well, thank you. I love being here.
What celebration are you bringing this time?
So we have more raffles that we've been doing. So my first one is Bluegrass World of Wheels was an event that was held in April at the fairgrounds. It raised over $20,000 for the Crusade, and they kicked in a raffle this year that raised even more. So we are going to draw for a Jockey Club Suite one-day use. Of course, you can't use it for Derby and Oaks and all of that, but just one regular day at the track. Bring 24 of your friends. Super fun day at the track. So
like my birthday. That would be awesome,
well,
wouldn't
why
it?
don't you draw?
Just bring my birthday's in January. It's snow all over the track.
Oh, well, we can't do the track.
Well, let's see who the winner is anyway. That would be Amanda Castleman.
All right, congratulations.
Way to go, Amanda. She gets to use a Jockey
Yes.
Suites. That's fantastic
so
at
that's
Churchill.
fun. Yeah. And then our second drawing, MPC is our partner in all of our apparel, hats, everything you see with the Crusade logo. They put together a Crusade basket with just different hats and backpacks and a Bluetooth speaker that has Crusade emblem on it. So we're going to draw for that.
Okay, Brooke's going to grab this one here. I got
Crusade
them all mixed up.
All right, ready?
High drama.
Got it? Heather Cowherd. No relation.
As soon as I saw Heather, I thought, oh, this
I
is
know,
going to
I
be
didn't buy a
embarrassing.
ticket. Yeah, but yes, congratulations, Heather Cowherd. So, yeah, so we'll be contacting the winners, and yeah.
I love that. Day at the track and some Crusade swag.
Years ago, we gave away a car on the radio, and we lined up, and there were 84 keys. There were 84 keys. People held the keys. The people were all lined up. I'm there. The first person gets in, and it starts. And the other 83 people said, I want to try my key. I think it's the lock's broken. That's one of the things that can happen in these live drawings.
You never
I'm glad it didn't turn out to be
Yes,
Heather Benson. That would have been embarrassing.
Yes, that would have been a bad look. So.
Here you go, Heather. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. All right, we're going to go out to Corden, which is Floyd County territory. We've got some people out there talking to firefighters.
Let's rock.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back to Corden, Indiana. We're here with the Floyd County Fire Territory. Might be a new name to you. We're here speaking to Captain Raymond Gettle. Tell us a little bit about the way you guys are raising money. You're out there in the community, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're over there at Georgetown Drive-In, going door to door. Just tell us some of the neighborhoods that you've been to and kind of the stories you've been hearing from people while you've been out there.
So we've been out at the Georgetown Drive-In. We've been out down in New Albany Township at Kevin Hammersmith Park doing a couple roadblocks by 7 Brew on Charlestown Road. We've been to Cobbler's Crossing and Southern Estates as well.
Yeah. So with the new fire territory, how has that kind of changed the territory for Crusade? Are you going to places you maybe weren't going the year before that?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And it's just more territory, so more people that want to donate, and it's great.
And any Crusade traditions that you're sort of latching onto? I know you're about 2 years in right now.
Yes, sir. Really not so much. We kind of hammered out, finalized our what is it called? We kind of finalized our game plan last year, and then we just kind of rotated it into this year, and it worked out really well for us.
Keep rolling with it, and then you guys get lucky. You get to have all those cheeseburgers out at the drive-in. We're also joined by Scott out here today. Scott, much more seasoned in terms of Crusades. Yeah. Scott, tell us a little bit how this year's been going for you.
So far, so good. Had a little bit of late start getting out and getting moving, but anyway, like Ray said, we put the plan together and got out and did what we could possibly do. So.
And we couldn't have had better weather leading up to Crusade. I mean, the perfect collection weather, almost no humidity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think is setting this year apart for you for Crusade?
Oh, that's a good question. Just the extra territory, because last year it was just us at New Albany Township with one station, and now we've got 3 stations and double or triple the territory. So it's been interesting and a challenge, but we're figuring out how to do it the best way we can.
Yeah, and you've got plenty of help. I believe if we come down here, we're going to meet a few extra firefighters. Is that right, Colton? Do you want to say anything about collecting money? No, he's not ready to say anything just yet, but we can definitely see a future for him in the fire service if he wants it. Anything that you want to share before we start reading the names off?
Yes, sir. The Floyd County Fire Territory is a combination of New Albany Township Fire District and Georgetown Fire District. These fire companies are able to work together to better serve and protect Floyd County community. This is the first year of the Floyd County Fire Territory. I'd like to give a special shout out to a couple businesses that we set buckets up. Gas and Stuff, Mr. Hardware, The Slice, Polyfreeze, Lazy Sunday, Starlight Coffee, Village House Coffee, the Georgetown Vet Clinic, Floyd Farm and Seed, Sully's Liquor Store, and Rails and Ales.
Lots of great businesses there. Polyfreeze definitely one that you got to hit up when you come by. Do you have any names that you're reading today? I know the names is a huge one. So if we want to start getting through the list,
sure.
Let's start getting through it.
Sure.
Captain
Teresa and Dennis Johnson, a $10 check. Paul Dean, $20. James and Laura Sisson, $25. Linda Bonifer, $25. Joseph and Annette Shields, $25. Janet and Louis Shell, $25. Billy Glass, $30 in memory of Donna Glass. Matthew and Melissa McCullough, $30. Craig Keeter, $50. Donald Gaither, $50 in memory of Delmer Gaither. Danny Gaither, $50 in memory also of Delmer Gaither. Allison Glass, $50, honor of Colton and Gunnar Glass. Marlene Gaither, $50, also in memory of Delmer Gaither. Donald Hannon, $50. Lonnie Brown, $50 in memory of William Todd Brown. Mark and Gerald Strauss, $50. Daniel and Joanne Ludwig, $100. Harold and Mary McRae, $100. Thomas and Laura Schmidt, $100. Gary and Doreen Graves, $100. Kenneth and Patricia Maurer, $100. David and Nancy Riley, $100 in memory of Ted and Mindy Throckmorton. Benjamin Gipe, $100. Marilyn and Gerald Bott, $100 in memory of Colette Taylor. Gerald Gavin, $100. And I have a little story about that one.
Okay.
Amy Elizabeth Gavin Nichols, age 42, daughter, wife, and a mother. Amy had an ultrasound at 7 months pregnant. Doctors found a mass on her liver that had spread to stage 4 cancer. She never drank or smoked. Doctors took the baby 2 months premature on January 29th. Baby weighed 3 pounds 4 ounces. She was hooked up on life support. Baby and mother were in the ICU. Amy went home one day before passing?
Yes.
Passing. The baby went home 1 day before her passing. Amy passed away on March 5th, 2026. Amy lived 5 weeks after giving birth. Husband is now taking care of a newborn and 6-year-old girls. He is doing an amazing job. They are his life. She is sadly missed. In memory of Amy Gavin Nichols, $100.
In memory of Amy, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
And we have some more names to talk about, some more stories to get through.
Yes, sir. Donna Gividin, $100. Cynthia Bibelhauser, $100. Joan Milano, $100. Gerald Miller, $100. Chris and Kimberly Frederick, $100. Debbie Potter, $100. Scott and Kathy Sears, $100 in memory of Barry Sears. O'Sully's Bottle Shop, $100. Patricia and Mark Stillwell, $125. Phyllis Hargrave, $150. Douglas and Lori Green, $175. Judy Sears, $200 in memory of Barry Sears. Lazy Sundays, $200. Betty Lou Clark, $250 in memory of Doc Clark. MC Concrete, $250 in memory of Mark Brown. James Morris, $250. Kenworth, $300. James and Cecilia Siebert, $300 in honor of 3 healthy grandchildren. Beverly O'Hurley, $500 from the Georgetown Optimist Club. Michael and Mary Bauer, $800.
Michael Michael and Mary Bauer, $800. So when we think about grand totals, are you ready to share that total yet, or do you have a few parting words before we give the total?
I have a few parting words.
Okay, Raymond.
We received $650 from the Kentucky Derby raffle. This year, Station 1 partnered with Discovery Time Daycare. The daycare staff asked families to send in change with their kids for the Crusade for Children. The fire department then pulled into the daycare with our sirens blaring, and the kids got to run out and put their change in the fire boots. The kids loved it. They raised $635.53 for the first year. Lastly, we want to give one more shout out to the Georgetown Drive-In. The Drive-In is celebrating their 75th anniversary. We spent the last 2 weekends out there collecting over $1,300. A special shout out to firefighter Colton for coming to help.
Scott? Yeah. Now I got something to present every year. You know, this is a huge undertaking, a lot of work. And you get some people that just, the cream rises to the top. We put out the question a few months ago about who could step up and give us a hand and everything else. And we would like to present Mr. Ray Gettle here with the Floyd County Firefighting Territory Crusade Award.
Okay, let's take a look at that award. Ray, cheese for us a little bit with the award. Congratulations for helping out so much. And thank you to all the businesses who really make this happen. You know, it doesn't happen without those community partnerships. I mean, a bunch of kids at a daycare raising over $600. A bunch of people just enjoying a night out at the drive-in, over $1,300. And it all adds up. Ray, you want to share the total this year?
I will.
I'm not quite done.
Oh, you're not quite done yet. Okay, and there's more.
Also with Ray, Eli Donan, who is covering today at shift at the firehouse, is getting one of these awards too. These two guys stepped up and did more than we could ask for. So I just really appreciate it. And Bayou Butcher, we told them about it, which is the greatest place to get Cajun food in southern Indiana. Donated some seasoning and a gift card for these two guys so they can go have one of the best plate lunches around.
Thank you to Bayou Butcher, and congratulations out there to Eli, working so hard we can't even see him out here today.
And also, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my daughter Allison and son-in-law Brent. They've been helping us all along to count money, work roadblocks, and work whatever we ask them to. So just greatly appreciate their help.
Shout out to Allison and Brent. Brent took some of my money at the Georgetown Drive-In on Friday night, so I'm a very small drop in the bucket. Okay, now are we ready for the little bit of drum roll?
Yeah, I think so.
Just a little bit of drum roll? Okay. Ray, how are we looking for Floyd County Fire Territory this year?
So for the first year as the Floyd County Fire Territory, our grand total is $14,918.06.
$14,918.06. The 6 cents is very important. It all adds up. I believe we need just one more thing from our firefighter this year. Yeah? Are you ready for your big moment, buddy?
You get this one, I'll get this one, okay? Ready? Dump it in.
There we go. He's almost got it. Hey! There we go. Thank you very much for joining us out here in Corydon. If you want to donate, you can hear all of it add up. 6 cents even will make a difference. You can donate now by calling 582-7511, or you can donate the old-fashioned way by mail. Send it over to us at the station, 520 West Chestnut Street in Louisville, Kentucky, 40202. You can also scan the QR code on your screen. You can use any of the popular payment apps. 100% of the money that you give us will go straight to children who need it here in Kentuckiana. You can change a child's life. We'll see you back here in Corydon in just a little bit.
All right, Ian, thanks so much. You know, we have a number of people who've been calling in at that 582-7511 number. We're going to read off some of these totals from a number of families.
So nice. We got $100 from Janice Pullen. That's in memory of her brothers and father. She says, thank you, Janice, and a happy 6-7 birthday to you. I'm thinking that means 67, not 627. I don't know. You never know. But we got it covered. Also, $1,000 from the Greenwell family in loving memory of Brittany Lee West, who was a volunteer for the Crusade at age 11, came back each year until her passing at age 32. Her sons now volunteer and continue her legacy. The Greenwell family's been great to us for so long, and so We appreciate you hanging in and helping the crusade year after year.
And this is a name I've already heard today. $500 from the Shaw family in loving memory of Jim Shaw. You know, Jim met his bride at the very first crusade 73 years ago. What kind of history is that?
That must have been Memorial Auditorium.
They were Crusade volunteers for several years and have supported the Crusade ever since. Thanks to the Shaw family and to Mr. and Mrs. Shaw for your dedication. And lastly, $150 from Tim Allgaier in memory of Anna, Kevin, and Dad. So thank you to Tim.
Well, Brooke Hash, we still have a lot of folks that are working in various locations around the area. As the day rolls on, it's pretty rocking. I think we're jumping over to. Oh, we're not going to jump out here. We're going to stay in the house right now and bring in a family member. All right, Perry Metz, I know. Hello, buddy. Great to see you. Hop around here in the middle if you don't mind. Thank you. Good to see you too.
Meredith.
Hi, Meredith. Good to see you. Welcome in again. This is the son of the legendary WHAS. Icon. I know your dad would have laughed if I'd have used that word, Milton Metz. But Perry, you were running around these hallways as a child.
There's been a family member here since the first crusade. We haven't missed one yet.
That's fantastic. And your dad was, for those unaware, a talk show host. Well, he's also the weather guy for a while. And but he talked to some of the biggest names in the news.
Oh, Muhammad Ali was a regular. He used to say, I like your show, I like your style, but till the money gets better, I won't be back for a while.
That's it. So thanks to the Metz family, though, for staying on the Crusade team.
We do. Meredith and I have been working on food for the last several hours, and the firefighters are well fed.
Yes, they are.
That's good. Meredith, your dad taught you about the Crusade when you were a baby? Is that what you recall?
Absolutely. I've been here coming around as long as I can remember, honestly. Yeah.
Your grandmother and grandfather were hilarious. Both of them, I don't know which one to tell you was funnier because they had stories and they played little pranks on each other. But they also, you may not know this, they used to host a Super Bowl Sunday party. It was like who's who. It was like one of those Hollywood things. Any who's who in this region was there, right?
Yes, but I tell you, after they did it 10 years, they stopped.
They were done.
And 12 people showed up the next year anyway. They said you forgot our invitation.
It was pretty wild. Your grandparents were partiers.
Oh, absolutely. Always a good time in the Metz house.
All right, so we have a check here to, where's this come from, Perry?
This is from the Metz Family Endowment. We give every year to the Crusade because we believe in it, and we love the fact that it helps people in southern Indiana and all of Kentucky.
Fantastic. You're going to flip that around and show us?
Absolutely.
This year from the Metz Family Foundation. Look at that, $6,120. You're the best.
Glad to do it.
Thank you very much. So good of the Metz family, and the love for your family never dies in this building. You know that.
Absolutely.
Every corner of this building, just think about that. Your grandfather made somebody laugh. Here, that room, that one over there, that one over there. That's what he did.
And a couple weather forecasts.
Just a few.
What was his favorite place to point out?
Caribou, Maine.
Every time. The temperature in Caribou, Maine. And people would say, why did Milton say that?
After 10 years, somebody in Caribou would give the weather in Louisville.
That was it. Thank you, Metz family. Appreciate you, Perry. Thanks for working. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you so much. All right, now we're going to jump across the river over to the Floyd's Knobs area. Like I said, we have people that work everywhere.
We do. The Highlander Fire Protection District, I've been watching them on Facebook. They've been making a number of posts, and we've got a bunch of fire departments out around there. Let's toss it to them.
We're back baking in the sun in Corydon, Indiana. John Jones Auto Group is graciously hosting us today. The latest people to come through, the Highlander Fire Department mixture department over there. You got some people who are paid professionals and also professionals who are volunteers.
That's exactly right. We can't do anything without our volunteers, so they're key to us, our success.
Yeah, we're joined by Deputy Chief Brandon Alexander today, who's been doing this for a few years, to say the least.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about when you're getting out into the community, kind of what the conversations are like, especially on those door-to-doors.
So, quick shout out to one of my captains. He really took the reins this year as far as the logistics of collecting for us this year. Captain Billy Klein, He's been with our department for a number of years, and he knows the ropes. But he did an outstanding job getting everything arranged for us. But the way that we do our collection is we take 2 weeks. We typically do 1 week before the Memorial Day holiday. Take that week off, and then start back Crusade Week to finish everything up.
Very nice. And when somebody takes control like that, you know, that's probably a load off your shoulders. What does it take for somebody to step forward and kind of be that leader in the department to take this on?
You know, it's really just the desire to want to be that person who steps up and helps. You know, and we're going to give him as much help as he needs along the way, but, you know, we can't do it without those kinds of guys.
Yeah. Well, fire service, particularly volunteer fire service, is definitely going to end up with those people who, you know, just want to step in and help.
That's absolutely right. You know, and the more we can get of those guys, the better.
Yeah. And, you know, what we do here today, raising all this money, it does trickle out and help people. You said you were a benefactor yourself.
That is correct. So 19 years ago, my first son was born. He had a minor medical condition, which would have made him stay in the hospital for about his first week of life. Fortunately, because of home health and the Crusade, there was a piece of equipment that we were able to take home with him, and we were able to enjoy our first son at home for his first week of life.
I mean, that's what your money does out here today. You're making a family's life easier when they're having a hard thing happen to them, you know? And that's why we stand out here in the sun. That's why you guys do it with all the collections. Any special shout outs you want to mention before we start reading the names?
Oh gosh, shout out to just our entire community. You know, this really is a whole community coming together to make this possible. You know, we had food donors, we have we have families that contribute, other community organizations such as churches, and I'm going to name some of them off when we start getting into the breakdown here.
Okay, and I want to just ask one more thing because it's been bugging me this past year. I never asked about your logo up here. We've got this man, he's got a fire helmet on, and he's got this kilt. You know, I think we usually think of like the Scottish heritage as a Kentucky thing. Do you know anything behind the history of this logo for Highlander Fire Department?
So the Highlander was a kind of a nod to our school that's in our area, Floyd Central Highlanders. We're the Highlander Fire Department, so it seemed only right to have a little nod back to the school.
Very nice. You want to start getting through this list?
Absolutely. So like I mentioned, this is a huge community undertaking for us. You know, all of our members come and they just provide so much of their time for this and their families. So doing that, there's a small army that it takes to do this. So keeping armies fed, that's one of the key logistics in getting anything done. So we had a number of food donations from area restaurants. I'm going to name these off. We had El Nopal from Floyd's Knobs, Joe Huber's Family Farm and Restaurant, Huber's Winery, Burger King New Albany, White Castle New Albany, Sam's Restaurant Floyd's Knobs, McDonald's Floyd's Knobs, Lee's Chicken of New Albany, The Chicken House, Burger King New Albany, Sweet Stuff Bakery, Honey Baked Ham, Tap-Ins of Valley View, Roosters Clarksville, McDonald's Floyd's Knobs, I think I got them twice, Heine Brothers Coffee in New Albany, Starbucks New Albany, Cracker Barrel Sellersburg, Jersey Mike's New Albany, Krispy Kreme Jeffersonville, Starlight Coffee Floyd's Knobs, Mark's Feed Store New Albany, Nothing Bundt Cakes, and McAllister's Deli Clarksville.
Lots of local places on there as well. Love to see that. And you said churches are a big part of your collections as well. Are you breaking down the churches today for us?
I'm going to mention the churches, their contributions in here. First, I want to speak on a family in our area that is near and dear to our heart. We had a member, unfortunately he has passed a couple years ago, but his name is Stephen Beck. Stephen used to do his own collecting throughout the year, and then he would give his collections to the department to turn in for their total. His family has since carried on the tradition, and I tell you, they do an amazing job. So this year, Stephen Beck's family, in memory of Stephen Beck, collected $2,500 for the crusade. A couple of these wanted mentioned. There was $100 in memory of Paul McCauley, Stephen Beck, Richard and Hilda Beck, Virginia and Larry Gullett, Camilla Gullett, David Heilig, John Schmidt, and Julie Green from Juanita McCauley. $300 in memory of Paul McCauley, Carol and George Butler from Mike and Carmel McCauley. $100 in memory of David Heilig and Stephen Beck from Evelyn Heilig. $100 in memory of Stephen Beck, Paul McCauley, Jennifer Jones, and Camilla Gullett from Linda McCauley. Another $365 in memory of Buddy Striegel and Cokie Berry from Dana and Terry Striegel.
It's just one of those many ways that somebody can live on and echo on, beyond their days.
Absolutely. And, keeping people's memories alive, can benefit the crusade as well. So
that's part of what Crusade is about. We've got those bricks around the station, and there have been several days I've come in the morning and somebody says, I'm here to see someone's brick, and it's nice that they have that thing that they can touch that really brings them back.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. And as far as looking ahead to what we have here, you ready to run down?
Let's do the rundown.
The marathon.
Yep, the marathon here. All right. So we had a $2,000 donation in memory of Bill and Edith Hanka and Buddy Striegel. Another $2,000 donation in memory of Bill and Edith Hanka from William Hanka. We had $1,500 from William Zeb Longest American Legion, post number 42, one of our community partners.
Right on.
$1,000 in memory of Spencer Sapp from the Sacred Heart Oratory. That $1,000 in memory of Spencer Sapp was from Douglas and Judy Sapp. We had another $1,000 from one of our churches, the Sacred Cross Oratory. Another $1,000 from the Floyd's Knobs Christian Church. $500 in memory of Bill and Edith Hanka from Barbara Hanka and Darren Striegel. $500 in memory of Charlie Kirk from Ronnie and Sharon Baumgart. $500 in memory of Eugene Lilly from Joseph and Pamela Kraft. $200 in memory of Deborah Rowdenbush. $200 in memory of Casey Crewer from Anthony and Bonita Crewer. $200 in memory of Raymond Koopman from Shirley Koopman. $200 in memory of John and Kenneth Lozon from Mr. and Miss Virgil Klein. $100 in memory of Paul Davis. $100 in memory of Herman Beekler from Shelley and Greg Stevenson. $100 in memory of Herman Beekler and Nick Bommersbach from Doris Beekler. $100 in memory of Herb and Gertie Bannett from Charlene Bannett. $100 from Lily Roofing. $100 in memory of William Nat in honor of 13 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren from Sharon and David Koppler. $100 in memory of son Kenneth Lozon from Jonathan, Heather, and Patrick Lozon. $100 in memory of John Lozon and grandson Kenneth Lozon from Sheila Lozon. $100 in memory of John Andrew, Jeremy Nicholas Nungester, Herman Beekler, and Nick Bommersbach from Daryl and Debbie Nungester. $100 in honor of healthy grandkids and in the memory of granddaughter Ann Tom Copton, who was one of our founding members of our department and the original Crusade chairman for our department, from Charlie and Kelly Drescher. $100 in memory of Mr. and Miss Myron Huth from Mark and Jenny Huth. $100 in memory of Richard Duffy from Mary Ann Duffy. $100 in memory of grandchildren Hunter and Jada Marks from Albin and Phyllis Crewer. $50 in memory of Susan Jones and Jerry Reed from Jeffrey Reed. $300 in memory of Lois Miller from Steve and Mary Miller. $25 in memory of Amy Gavin Nichols from Michael and Deborah Brown. $20 in memory of Martina Kruer from Michael and Nancy McGarvey. And $10 in memory of Gavin.
Wow, it really all does add up. And you said most of these are coming from your door knocking, right?
That is correct. Yeah, that's our biggest undertaking is our door knocking. We have developed a system over the years of being able to break our territory up into manageable pieces so that we can tackle them a few nights through the week.
Yeah, and we still have the churches, right, who collected into the community. Any of those that you'd like to name?
I mentioned them in here. We had the Sacred Cross Oratory,
okay,
and Floyd's Knobs Christian Church, as well as our American Legion post in our area, the William Zeb Longest.
The American Legion post came through in a big way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about this year?
I tell you, we're up from last year, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
It's a great place to be. Are you ready to give that grand total out?
I sure am.
Let's go ahead and hear it.
For 2026, the Highlander Fire Protection District collected $68,722.63.
$68,722. And what was it, 63 cents? 63 cents. The cents add up, and we're about to hear some of them pile up right now. There we go, big bucket. And number 2. There we go. All right. Thank you so much. Highlander Fire District, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. It's a great way to see how we remember people, how their memories echo on. You can be a part of this too. You can go over to WHAScrusade.org, or if you just want to pull out your phone, scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. All the regular ways to pay are going to be there, or if you want to be old-fashioned about it, sorry buddy, you can go ahead and take that letter, send it over to the station at 520 West Chestnut Street in Louisville, Kentucky, 40202. Every single penny that you give to the Crusade goes back to a kid in the community who needs it. It'll make a family's life a lot easier, we promise. Come back to court in Indiana in just a few minutes to see what the next total's going to be.